Well, all right. That's right. MattKC is back, baby. Um. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Excellent. Great. All right. It's all working. Welcome to the stream. How's everyone doing? That's right. MattKC is back, baby. They didn't even have an intro video this time. Let me get some music playing. It's the 8-1 dealer. It's a me, MattKC. How's everyone doing? Yes. Music. Wonderful. How are you all? It's good to see you. First time watching on the Linux, baby. Oh my god. I'm streaming on Linux. Been streaming on Linux for a while, and which is surprisingly difficult to set up. It can be done, but it is not easy. No way! 150 people are watching already? I'm not that interesting. Alright. And notifications are out. I must apologize for my appearance. Before stream, I was briefly choking on water, which I obviously do for fun. I was refilling my drink bottle, and you know what happens? Have you ever had a situation where you drink from a water bottle? No, you fill up your water bottle and it's a little too full, so you're just like, oh, I'll just drink a little bit off the top, and then you like give it some of these ones, and you lose your headphones in the process. And then you just choke on it, and then you die, and then you go on stream, and then now you're now you're in front of 183,000 people. So yeah, good times. Do I like your username? Sex. I do. I love it. So that was that. Did you get a Saturn game yet? Am I peaking? I haven't changed anything from last time. Hang on, let me listen to myself. So that was that. Did you get a Saturn game? Horrible. What a terrible voice, but it's not peaking on my end. Jahay? Who's Jahay? I don't know who that is. What is the QR code? It is actually, well, wouldn't you know? It's an entire Snake game on my shirt. Unbelievable. I sold these briefly on on the MattKC store, the good old merch store. Always plug merch. Link in bio, as Jake Paul once eulogized. The problem is what I realized once I like did a run of them is that it's not a wonderful QR code to put. Or it's not a wonderful idea to put a QR code on a shirt, because it kind of needs to be square, and a shirt is like it's wrinkly and it's like curvy, especially around like a curvy body. So I remember I tried it on my PC once, and I had to hold it like this and like stretch it really taut so that it would be a square, and only then did it kind of work. It still was a little bit like it was still pretty fiddly, so I ended up I stopped selling them because I was like, man, this is a really underwhelming item to have. I also realized when I went to TwitchCon in October I also realized that a number of people were like, "Oh, what's on your shirt? What does that QR code go to?" I would explain, it's, "Oh, it's a snake game," and they would be like, "Oh, that's cool. Do you mind if I try it?" with their phone, and I had to be like, "Actually, it doesn't really work on phone. It really only works on computers." And they'd be like, "Oh, let me try it anyway," and then we'd stand there awkwardly for like 2 minutes, and he'd trying to scan the code on my shirt, and it wouldn't work, and I was just like, so yeah, I decided, as much as I actually kind of like the look of it, I like having a QR code on my shirt, I realized that it doesn't really work. It doesn't really work very well. God. Imagine having a shirt with a QR code and it doesn't work. I mean, I actually don't have to imagine that. That's just my real life. Jahei is a Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 runner. Oh, that's cool. I love speedrunning. The code is from that video. Yeah. It's that code. Can I use that as a conversation starter? Hey girl, scan this. So that was kind of my joke when I made the shirt. I like put in the description something like, at first people will think you're really weird for having a code on your shirt, but then when you whip out a laptop and run Snake right off your shirt, girls are gonna fuck you. Unfortunately, what's actually gonna happen is you're gonna say that you can run a Snake QR code off your shirt, try to run it, fail, and then it become the embarrassment of your entire family. If you weren't already. I already am, so it's no real change. God. Whip out a laptop. Yeah, that's the other problem, is that you have to have a laptop on you. You can't just... It's not... The nice thing about a phone is that everyone's already got one, and that people in the elevator would stop you and be like, "Oh, what's on your shirt? Let me try it." But they're not going to be carrying around specifically a Windows laptop. The worst thing that would happen is if the girl you're trying to impress is a MacBook owner, and then it's like, "Oh, it only works on PCs," and then she's going to really think you're lame. So... Extra points if it's Windows ME, what, on the laptop? I mean, yes. I'd love to run Windows ME on my laptop. That'd be really exciting. And it'd be really unique. Linux user girlfriend. Yeah, it's possible. I only know girls who are Apple stans, so I'm never going to buy that shirt ever again. Yeah, I'm afraid this shirt is not for... not if the girls you're trying to impress are Mac users, I'm afraid. So weird how there's so much overlap between the two audiences. Yeah, apparently. Hey, that's cool. A Mac port of the t-shirt? Yeah. I wonder. See, the thing is, Windows, I think, is uniquely the kind of OS that would let you do something like that. It would let you, like... but I guess any binary could work. What I actually... I actually did consider trying to make, like, a web version of this code. So the thing is, someone pointed out to me, someone messaged me and said, you know what you could do? You could use a data URL. So I don't know if you know what a data URL is, but I'm gonna look it up. Basically, it allows you to embed binary data right into a URL rather than like linking to a file. Sometimes you see it used for images. They'll like encode it in base 64 and just put it embedded into the HTML. Yeah, I'm sure I can find some articles about it. Yeah, so you're like data colon, and then it's like, you say what it is. It could be text, or it could be an image, it could be a video even, but there's, you know, obviously the length of URI/URL is limited, so you can't do a big video, but you could. And then you can store like data in base 64 or something, and or even text. You could even store HTML in here. And someone pointed this out and said, well, what you could do is you could write an HTML game that's small enough to fit in a QR code and small enough to fit inside a URL, and then make the QR code point to a data URL, and then hopefully that would just open up in the browser and it would start playing a game. I tried to do this. I actually literally did try to make this work because that would really be the ultimate solution to get it running on a phone. Then it behaves how people expect a QR code to behave. The problem is, my phone at least, this is an Android phone, it's a Pixel running, and the browser is Chrome, that's the default obviously, doesn't seem to like that. It doesn't seem to let you do that. You can't, it won't get a data URL, load it into the browser, and then start using it. I assume it's considered a security risk, which it probably is. I mean, if you could load a Android virus payload into this URI, it's probably not the most wonderful thing in the world. So I'm gonna guess they probably block that, and that's why. But I never really figured that out, if that really is why. Just use a Windows phone. You think a Windows phone would let you do it? The problem is, ideally you want it to work on like common popular phones, because that's who you're trying to impress. You're trying to impress like strangers out on the street. Maybe it would work on an iPhone. I've never tested it on an iPhone. I only tested it on my phone. I noticed it didn't work, and therefore I couldn't get it to run. I thought you did make the JavaScript version. I did. It's not small enough to fit in a URL. It is small enough to fit in the QR code, but it has to. The phone/browser has to load it in a way that it will just open, and you can't just feed HTML code from a QR code into a browser. There's no like pipeline to do that. The potential pipeline would be the data URL, except that I couldn't get it to work. Maybe I'm just dumb though. Maybe someone else could get it to work. Thoughts on switching to Linux from Windows? Cool. It's very cool. Big fan of it. Been watching MattKC since the $1 Wii video came out. I think it was mostly the big ones. Actually, let's do a real impromptu poll real quick. Let's tell me what your first video of mine was, because I think it was probably mostly the big videos, like the QR code video, or the $1 Wii video, the 98 on a modern laptop video, maybe even the ultimate Windows 98 video. All of my because I assume those are the ones that because what you need in a video is the growth. Like you need it you need reach to parts of YouTube that are not your community. I think that's what you need for growth, and those videos probably had the biggest reach. Lego Island Let's Play from 2015. Oh my god, that is completely the opposite of what I was saying. That it would be like a big viral video. That's probably, if those videos weren't unlisted, it would probably be the most like obscure videos, or like the least viewed videos on my channel. Talking from my IRC client I made that I hacked to instead use your chat. Hell yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I mean anything that supports WebSockets, right? Windows ME on an iMac. Oh, that's interesting. That wasn't a huge one. Lego Island Music, that makes sense. The red video, my first video. Yes, that was my first video. That's not what I was talking about. Did you fix the capture device? My capture device was never broken. It was only not. It was OBS not working that specific day. Otherwise, ordinarily it works perfectly fine. Mr. Clown says, "This is extremely boring." Appreciate that. Thank you. Probably was Lego Island, but I legit forget. Interesting. Boring. Mr. Clowns is not entertained. I guess if I were to dress up as a clown, perhaps it would be more interesting. Hang on, let me find that. Let me find, here we go. Yes, excellent. Let us entertain the clown fans in our chat. Here's a man without clown makeup, and here he is with clown makeup. Very cool. Very nice. Wonderful. What is on the sofa behind you? There, it's a gutted PC case at the moment. According to YouTube, Windows 98 PC, then PS1 mod chip, then Lego Island Music. Wow. Yeah, it's interesting. So that was that the... God, which Windows 98 PC? Was that the... in November 2020? Okay, that must have been the Ultimate Windows 98 PC Part 2, specifically. Because there's a couple of Windows 98 videos. There's obviously Modern Laptop. There's Ultimate Part 1, Ultimate Part 2. That might have actually been all of them. I thought about making a video. There's a famous bug in Windows 98 First Edition where if you leave it running for 40 days, it locks up. And the reason why is because there's a unsigned 32-bit integer, like counting ticks. Here we go. Is it seconds? Oh, it's milliseconds. So 2 to the power of 32 milliseconds, which is, it comes out to about 49.7 days. And I guess when that number rolls over, it like completely locks up. And I thought it'd be really fun to like leave a Windows 98 PC on for 49.7 days and wait for it to lock up. But then I realized that sounds fun, but all that's going to happen is we're going to watch a Windows 98 computer crash and nothing else. And I realized it would probably be quite boring. It would be almost as boring as Mr. Clown's watching this stream. But but I realized the actual end result of that video would be quite underwhelming. I think Foon did that with Windows 95. That makes sense. It would also be in Windows 95, I assume. Can you make a video where you repair a cheap PS2? Maybe. Yeah, they did. Oh, interesting. Let's take a look at this. I assume it doesn't do anything interesting. It just like hangs or something. Well, at least I can say the only thing I can say about for me is that I thought about doing this before July 2021. I thought about doing this in November 2019, but I never actually did it. Is there one about the results of like... Because I think this is all set up, right? We made it away. Okay, here we go. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're arriving at the lockup. 22 days. Oh, uh-oh. Hell yeah. Oh man, did I have... Oh, wow. Wow. I think I had a Trinitron just like that. See, there was a time where you could actually go to what I used to call my local dump. It was actually called like the Green Shed or something, with a very Australian name. But and there would be just like shelves and shelves of CRTs because everyone was just getting rid of them, and you just pick one up for like $5. Nowadays, of course, they're like $300, but I think I picked up one that looked just like this from that from the local dump.
You should try to put the newest version of Windows possible on the fastest Windows 98 PC.
Oh my god. Unfortunately, I don't have that PC anymore. I determined that it wasn't very useful and ended up selling off the parts eventually, especially because I was moving, making a big move. So I don't have that PC anymore, unfortunately. I assume it could run, it was a Core 2 Duo, so I feel like it probably could run Windows 10. It just wouldn't be very enjoyable. Food threads are always like 100 tweets long. I mean, it's thorough. That's good. I'm trying to skip to the end though, and I don't know. Okay, we're halfway through. I just want to see if anything interesting happens. I have to assume that all that happens is it reaches the end and then freezes or blue screens or something like that. What's my eBay? I'm not revealing that. Make a video where you run an NES off lemon batteries. I've thought about that actually. I feel like you couldn't get enough like amperage for or enough wattage for a long enough time. Oh god. Oh. What does it say? Okay, I realize it's just flickering, but I thought I saw this like video all as one thing. I thought it was like an earthquake was happening and like some shit was going down. No, it's flickering and it's a shaky camera. That's what's happening. Penis Town. Oh my god. Wait, did I miss it? No. Nope, still going. Make a machine that could dual boot MS-DOS and Windows 11. I feel like any machine could, as long as it had a CSM module, any machine could do that. It's MattKC, the man, the myth, the legend. Huge fan here. Keep up the great work, dude. Thanks, man. I don't know how long we should do this for, because... Thank you for
Did you program this lit chat yourself using Socket.io?
Socket.io. Is that a library, or are you just saying Socket.io in general? Yes, I did program this live chat. My god. 15 hours to go, finally. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. But Timmy's text kiss. Oh god, that's an old one. One of these days I will do a it's a
You should get a PS2 and get the Linux pack for it and install Linux lol.
Yeah, I could do that. That could be interesting, just to like play around with it. What was I saying? Oh yeah, one of these days I'll go over my old videos. Old videos in a million subscribers or something like that. What's your least favorite sponsor to work with? I don't think I can answer that. 2 minutes in Toto's Africa. Hell yeah. I didn't realize this was live stream. And it aired on Double Jump Day. That's not going to mean anything to anyone. But there's anyone who knows their MattKC
I was looking
lore.
at some PS6 stuff earlier today. Was curious if there was a way to port the XMB to the PS2. As far as I know, it is running under some form of Linux. Main problem, I guess, is the HDD encryption.
Ooh, if you're trying to port the original XMB, I feel like that's really that's going to be really tough. I feel like that's almost going to be impossible unless you have source code or a decompilation. You could get something that looks like an XMB running on Linux on the PS2, but you probably have to start that from scratch. So it depends on how closely you want to do it. Or how much effort you want to put into it, I guess, more specifically. So I used to have I've been doing YouTube for a very long time, longer than this channel, and there's an old series, old video game review show I used to do with a friend called Double Jump. And it's so obscure that it doesn't even come up when you search for Double Jump. And the first episode went out August 28th, 2010, and ever since then, every time, like, we only did that series for like, we did it for on and off for like 2 years, but regardless, every year since then I've messaged him out of the blue at like on the day and be like, happy Double Jump Day, and he's like, oh shit, yeah, you're right. I'm the only one who remembers. I'm the only one. And so I'm just happy that on the 11th Double Jump Day, this happened. I'm glad. I'm happy about that. I remember the Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 one. Yeah, because that was the most viewed one. That was the one with like 15,000 views. That was more views than like any of the rest combined, because they usually average like 20. Yeah, so that's a very, very small in joke is Double Jump Day. God, should we watch Double Jump on stream? Would that be...
You should hack into the Chromebook or maybe install Windows 98. Also, I am sorry I had this for the chat. Swa, swa, swa.
Thank you, I appreciate the swah, 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 and thank you for the donation. Hackintosh a Chromebook, is that possible? I guess it is just, I guess if it's not running ARM. Didn't you do a Mario Kart one too? Yes. Yes. Yes, double jump, watch double jump, oh my god. I think my my friend is probably gonna hate me. But you know what, I'm gonna do it because I think it'll, it'd probably be a fun thing to do. So this is an old channel of mine. Some people already know this. I actually have a story about this channel. You might be thinking, what the hell is Norigi Entertainment? So the way that came about was there was a forum I used to frequent, and it was hosted. The maintainer of the forum would post server information every now and then, and this server was called Sakana, which, if you know Japanese, which I didn't at the time, but I figured it out anyway, Sakana is Japanese for fish. And I thought, wow, great idea. I'm gonna name something I make after a Japanese word. So, I was making a technology review website. At the time, it was just a website, like a blog almost. And I thought, well, I'll just get the Japanese word for technology. And at the time, right now, I think it's still the same. So, what it does is it actually does a transliteration. Someone's calling me and I don't want to talk to them. It does a transliteration, which is, it says technology, which there's probably, I think there are better Japanese words for technology, but I saw this in my, in the Google Translate and I was like, yeah, good. That's what I'll call my technology review website, and that's why it's called that. That's a deep cut. That's some very obscure information. Nowadays, I think it might technically be incorrect. Like I said, I think there's probably better more native Japanese words that aren't just a transliteration, that aren't just technology in hiragana or katakana. So yeah. Teku sounds kind of better. Well, alright then. I'll be sure to tell my 13-year-old self. Anyway, my god. What is in your PC because there is no description on YouTube? In my PC? Cockroaches, probably. Okay, so let's have a look. Yeah, I hope my friend Matt and David. I hope my friend David is okay with me showing this. He's probably asleep because it's like 8. It's like 7 in the morning in Australia right now. Okay. God. So, okay. I should mention we didn't even have a logo yet. I was new to video editing, and I thought it was cool that, okay.
What is your opinion of cheese? And what's your favorite kind?
This is a very random question. I love cheese, and I don't really have a favorite kind. It's pretty much all good. I was so used to, this stock movie maker titles. Blue background, generic white text. And I was just taken aback. I was just amazed that I could get something that didn't look like that looked slightly more professional, just slightly. And so I would put the text on the screen. I'd be like, yeah, good, looks great. So if you're wondering why the fuck didn't you even have like a logo or a brand or anything like that, that's why. And this is music. Oh, this is music from the movie GoldenEye. Yikes, I might get content ID'd for that. All right, so here we go.
Okay, this game is brought to you courtesy of David. Hello. who insisted on that we do a Nintendo 64 game.
Yes, that's me. That's me from I was 14.
You're welcome. And this is it, GoldenEye 007.
This is it, GoldenEye from 007.
Jesus. Oh, and it even has a link to my old website. There we go. Original release date, August 28th, 2010. Because I took all these videos down.
What kind of specs does your computer have?
I'll answer that in a minute. But I took this video down. I think because I moved them all over to Blip. Because Blip... Remember when Blip TV was a thing? My God. And people used to make a... Oh, apparently Blip.tv now redirects to Maker.tv and then throws this ridiculous, obscure error. But yeah, Blip TV was a thing for a while. And I think
How do I get the voices to leave my head?
If you're anything like me, you installed your own voices like Microsoft Sam to talk to you. So maybe try uninstalling those. Because on Blip TV, you could monetize immediately. You didn't have to get verified to become a YouTube partner like you do on YouTube. And so I moved everything over to Blip and was like, yeah, everyone watch my videos on Blip and make me some money. And I think I made 2 cents. Worth it! But eventually I was just like, fuck it, and I re-uploaded them all to YouTube. But that's why the date says 2012, even though these are actually from August 2010. You've awoken a memory, have I? the Blip.tv. Is Blip this video's sponsor? Yeah. This stream was brought to you by Blip.tv, website that is definitely still in production. Everyone go over to Blip.tv right now. Also, what the hell is this? Bro did an outro? Thank you so much for the donation. Sorry, I need to make those show up in the chat because I missed who it was. But thank you so much. I thought this was going to be like someone saying "bro did an outro," but actually I think it's just a really generic outro. Thank you so much for the dollar donation. Sorry that I missed your username. My bad. Raid Shadow Legends sponsor when? Okay. I should I should mention this, not to put anyone on blast. I've been offered a Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship many times over the years. How many times? Actually, I'm curious. I have at least in my inbox, I have at least 59 emails about Raid Shadow Legends from about 2022, from the beginning of 2022. So all throughout. Oh wait, hang on, I typed in the wrong thing. No, that's wrong. I have 15 emails about Raid Shadow Legends throughout 2022, and I always turn it down. I never take the Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship. The Fat Rat is classic overused music. Ah, I getcha. Yeah, I assume that's what it was. So it's just really overused outro music. That makes sense. Fuck Raid, I'll stick with Squarespace. I always kind of figured that I would always, like, if I was to take sponsorships, that I would always at least do, I would always at least shill things that I actually use or that I actually like. How much did they offer you? Usually they don't give you an immediate offer. Usually they ask you what your rate is, so you can kind of choose a price. And I always thought it would be funny to email and be like, $1 million. I never did, but that's probably a little bit of a dick move. But I always thought it would be kind of funny.
Forgot to add the message lol. I built a 98 PC myself.
Hell yeah.
Celeron 266 MHz 32 megabytes RAM. Not the best, but not the worst. Cheers from Spain.
Hell yeah, thank you so much, and thanks for watching from Spain. Hell yeah, Celeron 266 probably fine for plenty of stuff. You can probably run Lego Island at the correct turn speed without my patch. I've heard that Raid pays crazy, like crazy. That does seem to be the thing. Hold on. Also, welcome to the stream, LolXD. I've just promoted you. I probably should do it just to see what happens. I live in Spain without the A. Oh, true. Yeah, because sometimes I'll quote a price and they'll be like, I'm thinking more like this, and then either I'll be like, yeah, or I'll be like, no, that's too low. And I wonder if you gave them $1 million, if they would be like, we were thinking more, or if they'd just be like, never mind, like they just don't reply because they're so insulted. But I wonder if they would actually try to like haggle it down, try to like negotiate. Yeah, I've heard that they pay a lot. I've heard that like it's like 5 figures or 6 figures per video, but I also know that the thing is, what's unfortunate about that is that the whole point of a game like Raid Shadow Legends is that you snag, because it's obviously all based around in-app purchases, so you snag a lot of people. It's not necessarily that a lot of people spend a lot of money, but that you snag a couple of people who spend a lot of money. Like you snag some pay whales, and I don't know. There's something that feels kind of insidious about that. It's. Oh, thank you for the donation. Yeah, something kind of insidious about that. That you're kind of you might get a big payout from the video, but what you're really doing is trying to snag one of your viewers into becoming a pay whale, because that's the whole point from their perspective, is snagging a pay whale. So like, part of me feels like, well, everyone knows that Raid Shadow Legends is not necessarily a scam, but everyone knows that it's like, you know, what it is. It's a mobile game that with a lot of in-app purchases. Everyone knows. So maybe there's no harm in doing an ad, and you know, just and getting some money. But there must be someone, like, if everyone knows that, but they still manage to be a profitable business, right? So there must be someone who would still like do it. You know, as much as I might try to console myself that, like, no, clearly no, my audience wouldn't fall for that. Well, probably statistically, probably at least a few people would. So yeah, I don't know. I feel I've just never felt very good about it. It's called addiction. Yeah, I mean, that's true. It hits the enough of the pleasure centers in your brain. That's kind of the whole point. I saw people with Raycon earbuds the other day IRL. Like, everyone knows Raycon is kind of shit. Yeah. That's another. I with one exception, and that's I consider this a mistake, and I won't call them out. But with one exception, I use all of the services that I have promoted. I use myself. Are you calling us stupid? Right. Yes, that was obviously the correct takeaway from what I just said. Raid makes me want to put a gun to my head. Oh god. There was a Raid Shadow Legends booth at Twitch. I don't know what for. Merch, I guess. And then all the big streamers were like, "We love Raid Shadow Legends. We love we love being with this booth because they pay us a lot of money." And it's like, yes, good. I'm sure they do. But the thing is, all that money is technically coming from your viewers. You have to kind of think about, or at least you don't have to. There's no law for it, but I feel it is imperative to think about what's actually happening in this exchange of sponsorships. That yes, you are getting paid from the sponsor, but the sponsor is getting paid by your audience. So the money, the buttload of money that you might make from a sponsor is actually coming from the very people that watch you, technically. So, yeah. Can I have a cut of your sponsor money then? No. It is all for me. Do a fake raid advertisement, the game you'll waste thousands of dollars on microtransactions, and that isn't fun after a few weeks. Technically, if you watch what's it called? Brain Dump. I love this show on YouTube. Thank you for the donation.
I've been wanting to get into making videos of my crazy projects myself, but starting the documenting process for something that might not amount to anything is the hard part. Do you have any suggestions?
Documenting process. There's no, as far as I know, there's no real good way around that. You either document it or you don't. And you just don't, you don't know whether it's going to amount to anything or not. Oftentimes what I do is I'll either record the whole thing. So I'll just leave like OBS running and I'll just record my whole desktop for the whole time. That's what I did with the PS2 save file repair video, or corrupt save file. I just recorded my whole desktop for the whole time I did that, and then, you know, pick out the pieces that I need when I go to edit it. Or you just recreate it all, and that's what I did for. That's oftentimes is what I do. Like for the Lego Island videos, I would do the project, and then write the script, and then kind of recreate the bits that I needed. So you kind of end up doing the project twice. It's not very efficient, but I think the advantage to that is that it lets you concentrate on the project more. So yeah. Basically, there's no good answer to that other than you just do it. Either you document it and just film everything, or you don't document it and you just recreate it later. Bro's not getting a raid sponsor after this, and that's for the good. Yeah, I think if there's any like bridge or any bridge. If there's any bridge I don't mind burning, it's probably that one.
Really enjoyed the recent PS3 repair video.
Hell yeah.
But I do not know how you managed to clean the consoles out without latex gloves when they were as gross as they were. Maybe use the donations to invest in a box. Sending vibes from Ireland.
Thank you for the donation, and thank you for the advice. I actually do have some gloves now. I held off on them on buying any for a while just because I'm lazy. But I also kind of figured that like you also don't wear gloves when you go to the bathroom, and the way you get around that is just by, you know, washing your hands. So I kind of figure as long as I wash my hands, like it's not that bad. As long as I don't touch my face a lot, it's fine. I know that, but yes, I agree. I will be wearing more gloves because now I actually have a box. But yeah, I kind of figure that as long as I don't touch my face and as long as I wash my hands afterwards, it's not so bad. Oh, but I was gonna say, if you want to watch a fake Raid Shadow Legends sponsor, this video is actually pretty good. It's pretty funny. I know it says what is fascism, but it actually doesn't have anything to do with fascism. It's just kind of a funny like cartoon. Maybe mention in the description why there's this weird Twitch knockoff chat instead of YouTube's. In all due respect, I don't need to. If you know, you know. Reminded me of this video. Uh-oh. What have I been sent? What has been sent to me? Oh my god. Is this pyrocynical? Yeah, it's pyrocynical. Alright. Well, let's watch this.
Wow, this looks, you know, I might have a sponsorship from these people coming up. I think it could grow. I think it could be a very good game. I think practically the game is how you envision it.
How you envision it.
There you go. Look, I lost my sponsorship. It looks bad, okay? Are you happy now? Wow, this looks...
True. Yeah, I mean... I stand pretty firmly behind my decision to not take sponsorships from things that I don't actually use. Like I said, there is... I think... that for the most part, I've stood by that. There was only one time that I did not. YouTube takes 30% of the donations. No, it wasn't that. I don't care. I did not build an entire... Like, if I cared about donations, I could have just linked people to a donate page. I didn't have to write an entire goddamn chat. Have you heard about the Waffle House thing is YouTube comments? No, what's the Waffle House thing? Waffle House has a new host. Oh, it's a meme. I'm becoming an old man. I'm not staying up to date with the memes anymore. Well, actually, the reasons why are because I used to see memes on websites like Tumblr and Twitter and Reddit, and I've decided that all of those websites suck, and so I don't use them anymore. But therefore, I'm no longer as up to date on memes as I used to be. It's the same, actually. I used to work at a car dealership, and the car dealership, every car would be tuned to like the pop radio station. And so I would hear, like, throughout the year, when Todd in the Shadows would make his best or worst hit singles of 20 whatever, I would know all the songs because I would have heard all the hit songs over the course of working at this car dealership. But as soon as I quit, I completely fell off pop music entirely. Like, I have no fucking idea what's going on in pop music nowadays. All that I listen to now is like SoundCloud EDM. Yeah, anyway. This thing can tune into the pop radio stations. Exactly. No, I wasn't a salesperson, thank God. The salespeople, I feel like, were really... Like, that would have been a really stressful job, to be a used car salesman. React to this? Alright.
React to https://www.
Okay, we don't need it to read the entire URL. I'll check out this video in a bit. Yeah, thank fucking God I wasn't a used car salesman. Every single salesman seemed to be really high strung, and it's not hard to see why, because the used car salesmen work on commission, so they'll be like, they're desperate to sell a used car to someone, and a used car is not a very exciting thing. It's not exactly like you're selling luxury cars. You're probably selling like a Toyota Yaris or something. But you desperately need to sell it, or else I guess you don't make much money. I don't know how much money you make as a salesman, but the impression I got was not much unless you were outside of the commission. So every single used car salesman was grumpy, stressed, high-strung. It seemed pretty miserable, I won't lie. Thankfully, I was just the photographer. I would just go in, take a bunch of photos of the car, and then go home. Technically, I also got paid. I didn't get paid on commission. I got paid. I was like a contractor, so I got paid per car. So it was there were some downsides of that, which were if they don't have many cars available, you don't get a lot of money. Some days I would show up and they would give me $25, and that would be it. I'd be like, well, damn. Okay, that's good, I guess. That is one meal, I suppose. And then other days I would show up and it would be like a couple hundred. It all depended on like how many used cars would come in that day, or how many they'd sold, because it's, when they sell cars, more come in. So if the business was doing well, then if the stressed out used car salesman was selling used cars successfully, it would work. Matt, will you be doing an OG Xbox video if you get an Insignia Xbox Live code? Maybe. I'm not currently pursuing any real Xbox projects. Okay. Someone wanted me to respond to, or react to this, so alright, let's watch how it's actually made jelly beans. I'm a little concerned about the usage of the word actually, as in, we thought something else. They had us in the first half, but they're not actually made that way. So, okay.
It's a colorful treat. but unfortunately, no one is exactly sure when the jelly bean was invented and how. It's believed that the
This isn't real. I just realized this is a this. I think the footage might be from a real how it's made, but currently this voiceover I think has been redone.
the jelly center dates back to biblical times as a candy called Turkish delight. Many centuries later, the outer shell was added, thus making jelly beans we know today.
Oh no.
Jelly beans come in a large variety of colors.
Hang on, what's this?
Greetings, Mr. K.C. Absolutely love your content. You're
Thank you.
genuinely one of my favorite YouTube people right now.
Hell yeah.
Keep up the good vibes. Love your chill editing style.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the donation. Hell yeah, thank you.
Even though they only come in one flavor.
Everyone in the chat is saying shit like, Hugbees is the definition of they had us in the first half. I feel like I'm in for a wild ride here. I don't know how to feel about that. Yo, thank you for the donation. My cabbages? I think that's what that said. Sorry, I don't have those showing up in the chat yet, so if I miss them from the chat overlay, I don't see them at all. My bad.
To make jelly beans, liquid is heated in a large kettle to 347 degrees Fahrenheit. Solids are then mixed into the liquid as
Well,
an
so far this
agitator
looks
blends
like
it
the
all
real
together.
how. I've actually seen the real how it's made on jelly beans. So far, this looks about right. But
Meanwhile, at a local cocaine production plant,
There we
things
go.
are going great.
yes, love it.
$702 Big Mac.
Is that one Big Mac for $702 or $702 worth of Big Macs? Because that's a significantly different thing.
This massive
Oh my god.
Why the hell is the Nintendo 64 logo upside down? Did they even test this system before they released it? Hey
Wow.
Matt, I don't listen to pop on the radio anymore, but here is one of my favorite obscure music albums nobody has heard of. https://www.youtube.com/ I just
Thank you.
want to hear Microsoft Sam say the if word, so here goes, Fortnite. Wait, fuck, that's the wrong word. I'd like it if your next video was installing Windows 98 into your used toy photo areas.
That's a great idea. I'll get right on that. That sounds like it would be really easy to do.
Hello, Mr. Dotser. I've watched every single one of your videos.
Thank you.
I love you, bro.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you for the donations, and I'll check out this the music off stream. I will not do that on stream because content ID, but I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, back to jelly beans. Also, someone donated as Iraq Gamer. That's another obscure deep cut.
amount of Colombian nose candy is worth up to $400,000.
I was thinking jelly beans are pretty good. I was thinking they must have something good in there. And if they have cocaine, I think that makes a lot of sense.
Normally, the cocaine would be scraped off the machinery, but this cartel is so ludicrously wealthy and powerful that they have completely stopped giving a shit. In a plot twist you didn't see coming, molds are pressed into the cocaine to be filled with liquid sugar, which will form the jelly beans.
Wow, that was a plot twist. Holy shit.
Hey Matt, thanks to you I got it so managed to repair my PS1 with a video problem and it was kinda the same as with the $1 Wi and also thanks to the service manual from Sony.
Nice.
How do you get your information about the technical part like resistors and all of that kind of stuff? Cause here in Germany is it pretty hard to get the hands on so documentation of consoles?
Oftentimes it varies a lot. It's usually I just try. Usually it's whatever it takes, which can mean a lot of things. For the $1 Wii, I used Shank's Wii mod guide, which is like a community maintained thing. A lot of Sony stuff, as you mentioned, has leaked, which is good. Well, not for them, but and sometimes you just have to measure things yourself. Like if you can get you can use a multimeter to measure resistance. You can get devices to measure capacitance. So sometimes you just have to do it yourself. But usually I've been lucky enough that someone has documented it before.
Jelly Belly, the most popular brand of jelly beans, are known for their vast array of narcotics connections.
Sweet. Love it. I don't eat any jelly beans unless they have at least 50% cocaine. I'll eat sugar-free jelly beans, but not cocaine-free jelly beans.
The jelly bean centers are then moved to a drying room to cool and harden for 24 hours. Notice how some of the cocaine spills into the batch, adding to the jelly bean's addictive quality.
Yummy. Delicious. I'm expecting this to become like a horror film at some point. Does it become a horror film, or is it just like memes?
Arms flip the trays into a drum that will separate them. Half of them will continue into the candy factory, while the other half will wind up on the streets of Southside Chicago. The dry jelly bean centers then tumble into a wire mesh conveyor. Notice their clear white color, a byproduct of their production being so closely tied to stimulants.
Uh-huh.
The jelly beans then ride through a sugar vapor condenser and into a sugar drum.
Sugar? Why do you need that?
The drum
You've all got all
tosses
this
the beans
cocaine.
in sugar until they eventually become 99% sugar and 1% bean.
1% jelly beans, now with 1% bean.
In another part of the factory, Liquid returns. And this time, he's not alone, joined by anti-hero Blue
no.
Liquid. And with a little help from his sidekick, Wage Slave,
Oh
Liquid
god.
tries to stop the growing
This reminds me of a The Things video. Now I'm being reminded of a The Things video where they put the workers into the... What is it? Anyway.
drug problem directly at
They
its
beat the
source.
workers into a pulp.
After the beans are thwarted, the literal fourth gigantic helping of sugar is added to the batch.
It is a bit of obscene how much sugar goes into candy. If you think about
Don't
it,
celebrate too quickly.
it's very upsetting.
Because then the nefarious
'Cause I love
supervillain
candy.
Red Liquid joins the party. And Red Liquid's superpower? Racism.
Right. Understandable.
Then a little wax is added, because most people hate when things taste good. The wax coats the candies to make
have a story
90%
about
of this
that. Oh my
process
God.
pointless.
MattKC becoming a reaction channel, please. Can we watch old
Then
YTPs?
the
Yeah,
jelly
we
beans
should.
stop spinning and air dry.
Honestly,
If the beans
This
spin
is-
for too long, then
the thing is, this is not very dissimilar from a real how it's made. I feel like if you weren't paying attention, like if you just had this on TV in the background, like a family has this on TV in the background and they're like, you know, the kids are playing with, I don't know, nowadays it would be an iPad and the parents are like vacuuming. I feel like no one would notice that anything was wrong because
may turn purple,
it's so flawlessly
indicating they have
executed.
become spoiled and poisonous.
Oh
Do
my
not
god.
eat purple jelly beans. And finally, as all the jelly beans mix together and move to the packaging area, we here at How It's Made would like to apologize for doing an episode on jelly beans. We all know they're disgusting, and one of the worst candies ever made, but we felt obligated in our educational duties to show you where these vile hellspawn came from. We apologize to anyone offended by the fact they had to learn about jelly beans. And if you enjoy eating or talking about jelly beans, please consult professional counseling. There are people who can help. It gets better.
Amazing. Well, that was very educational. I feel like I've learned a lot, but nothing really surprising. I think if you asked me what secret
Can you run top 10 nuggets for us?
well, nothing really exciting in there. But I feel like if someone asked me to list the ingredients in jelly beans, I feel like it would have been about that. So no real surprise. Just yeah. All right, someone wants to see Neo Fetch. Fine. It's the actual footage from how it's made. Yeah, I figured. But I know that the voiceover is completely custom. All right, someone wants to see Neo Fetch. I'll put it up just because someone asked so very nicely with a $1 donation. I think. Oh, here we go. That's better. Trying to, for some reason, the window. There it is. Okay. Right? Yes. Okay. Here we go. So I guess this answers the question of what my computer specs are. There's really nothing exciting. Well, actually, it's not necessarily true. I've got it's an i9. That's not very exciting. In fact, some people even roasted me for getting an 11900K because the 10900K has better single core performance. It's a RX 6600 on the host. It's an RX 470 on my virtual machine guests. There's also an Intel GPU, but I don't actually think I use that for anything. If I could pass that through to a VM, it would be fucking fantastic, but you can't do that, unfortunately. And otherwise, it's just regular old Arch and KDE. I don't think there's anything else exciting here. Anyway, I think probably the most interesting part is the fact that I have two GPUs. One of them's just one of them's pretty cheap. It's like like a under $100 GPU, but I just pass that through to a virtual machine so I can get like near native Windows and Mac OS support. So yeah. Do you drive a Brilliance BS6? I don't, but I really want to. Actually, I probably shouldn't really want to. The reason why I really want to is just because I think it'd be really funny. But the problem is I might die. Like, you might... Those things are bloody unsafe. Sorry. So, will you still eat jelly beans? If anything, I'll eat them more. I can't lie. If anything, I would eat them more. If a sponsor would sponsor you for a product, the software of which only works on Windows, would that be an issue? Probably. I've gotten software sponsors before, and I just don't don't take them up on it because if I don't use it, I don't care. Fun fact. What is it? Wondershare. Filmora contacted me, or at least an agency that works for them, asking if I would take a Filmora sponsorship, and I almost wanted to say,
okay, so you used to work at a car dealership, and you like computers, so do you also like cars? I feel like as a computer guy it's a natural progression. Happened to me, LOL.
I actually have a funny story about that, but I'll finish my other story first. Filmora. Everyone's already filling the chat with fuck Filmora. I kind of agree. Though I've actually never used it. I don't know if their product is any good or not, but I have gotten a sponsorship from them, and I have heard that their like business practices are pretty shady. But I almost wanted to say, I almost wanted to message because they clearly don't realize I write video editing software. I write a competitor to them. I am literally working against them. Why would I then take a I don't think they would want me to take a sponsorship because then what if I'd also be like, also Oliver's really good. I guess maybe the thing is, contractually, if I did do a sponsor for them, maybe I contractually would not be allowed to talk about my own video editor, which would be unbelievably cringe. So I would not take that sponsorship. But I almost wanted to be like, do you know who you're talking to? Clearly they don't, because otherwise they probably wouldn't have offered me. They clearly don't know that have no idea that I write a competitor to their software. But anyway, what's funny about it is that Filmora, they work against me, if you want to get technical. They have this really shitty practice of where they'll get some Google ads. So if you like Google Olive Video Editor, maybe they don't do it anymore. What used to happen is there used to be a Google ad that would show up, and it would have in the title Olive Video Editor, but it would be a link to Filmora. Unbelievably cringe business tactics. So anyway, pretty shitty. Matt, what do you think of Top Gear? Okay, that was my story. So what I talk about, so someone asked, so I work at a car dealership and I like computers. Here's something really ironic. I have played a lot of car games. In fact, I'd argue racing games are probably like my genre. And I didn't realize it until I realized that like all the games I really like are racing games. But I didn't, yeah. So, but I never assumed I would be a racing game guy until I realized that, because when I worked at the dealership, I was not actually a huge car guy. Oh, thanks for the donation. I couldn't read that. It looked like it said Chaz, but I don't know if that was correct or not. Sorry about that. So the whole time I was working at a car dealership, I was fairly indifferent about the cars. The cars that I liked the most were actually just like the really, the mid-range, like practical cars. I liked the Honda Jazz, which is called the Honda Fit in America, I think. I liked the Mazda 3, and I liked the Volkswagen Golf. Really like good cars, but nothing like exciting or important. Anytime one of the salesmen would be like, "Oh, this car's really sexy. What do you think?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, sure." And so I feel like I would be really primed to be a car person, but I was like really into racing games. I am really into racing games. And I worked at a car dealership, and neither of those turned me into a car person. The only thing that almost turned The only thing that almost turned me into a car person was watching Top Gear. I like marathoned during the pandemic. I marathoned like all of Top Gear and all of the Grand Tour. And that's what turned me into a car person. Well, that's the only reason that I have any actual knowledge of cars now is from watching those shows. Sorry, I had to pause that TTS. I was just about to finish my story, but I will resume it.
Opened my PS2 because it wasn't working. I heard dipping the PS2 with the power cable on was a good idea. I did it, and there's a bigger problem. My house is burning. Can you give me tips on how to fix that issue? This is really upsetting for me. It should be so easy, but I had no idea how to solve it. Maybe thanks.
Sounds to me like you might need a fire extinguisher. I don't know how to... I'm afraid fires are not my forte. Fixing PS2s, I have a bit of familiarity with, but I'm yet to, thankfully, touch wood, I'm yet to have to fight my own fire. So yeah. Top Gear is amazing. James May is my favorite presenter. I think he probably is mine as well. Just because I feel like out of all of them, he's the one I would be friends with, because we would like get into ridiculous details about things. But I was going to talk about wax, because we watched that Jelly Bean video. I have something really funny to talk about. Have you tried turning it off and on again? That's a good idea as well. Try turning the fire off and on again. Hey Matt, can you enable donations from YouTube if possible? I don't know if I can, but there is a donate button here, and it's just a regular old PayPal thing. So wax. No, this is not actually okay. I probably built this up already. It probably sounds like I'm gonna deliver a really funny story, but I'm not. So speaking of funny stories, let me fix this real quick. Hang on a sec. Hang on a sec.
Favorites / most memorable Top Gear segment or special.
I'll get to you in a second.
Hey Matt, some Discord friends and I have been trying to rip models and animations from a PS2 game called Gregory Horror Show. With some help from people on Syntax, we managed to get most of the textures, but no luck on the models. Could we get in touch sometime soon?
Give me 1 second. All right. Great news. Fantastic news. I'm alive. So yeah, my my microphone. So I kept like pulling on my microphone, and it's attached to a shelf, which a speaker is sitting on. And I guess the speaker is not heavy enough to counterbalance my microphone, so the whole thing toppled over. Anyway, as I was saying, God, I was going to get into a story about wax, but I've gotten some donations since then. Favorite, most memorable Top Gear segment or special? I really like the races. They've done a couple of those. But I really like those. And just generally, I mean, I'm a big fan of, like, it's really cringe of me to say this, but I'm a big fan of quote-unquote banter and shows that revolve around banter. So almost any segment where it's all three of them together I'll probably like. Some Discord friends and I have been trying to rip models. Oh yeah, I remember this. I don't know if I'd have enough time to help you. I'm sorry. I've already got so many projects going on myself. If you want to. If you want to send me a business email or an email to my business email on my YouTube channel, I could take a look and like maybe help point you in the right direction. But in general, I've got so much going on that I don't know if I can donate much time to other projects, I'm afraid. It's been clipped. Great! I'm so glad someone clipped that. My my whole not an embarrassing moment at all. So the jelly beans are covered in wax, and that's to make them look really shiny. Yes, we're going back to the wax story. And something I noticed about, it reminded me of Story, which was that one time it was my friend's birthday, and we went to a restaurant, and one of us was eating a salad. It might have even been me. And the salad had apples in it. It had like chopped up bits of apple in it. And my friend Grizz, we call him Grizz, because everyone has a nickname in Australia. No one is ever referred to by their real name. It's always by a nickname. So Grizz pointed at the apple and said something about it being cheese. And we were like, huh? What? And he was like, yeah, it's cheese, right? And we were like, why do you think it's cheese? No, it's not cheese. And he's like, oh, I thought it was like cheese with the wax on. And everyone was like, hold up. You mean this kind of cheese? The cheese with the red wax on it? You're not... You think they just cut this up with the wax on and served it in a salad? And he was like, yeah. He didn't realize you're not supposed to do that. And So he thought the apple with the peel on it was cheese with wax on it, and that I was eating it. Anyway, that's all, that's what it reminded me of. My God. So yeah, delicious. My favorite salad ever is the apple with the cheese with the wax on it. Wax is perfectly edible, so why would you not eat it? What he might have been thinking of is there is cheese that has like mold on the outside that you do eat, like the mold is edible. Maybe that's what he was thinking of, that it was like wax is objectively the best part of the cheese. It is tasty. It's delicious. Wax salad. What do you plan on reversing? Oh yeah, I forgot that was in my title. So I've been looking at some Burnout 3 stuff, and there were I found some drawing flags, which means so you can turn on and off bits and pieces of the code of the rendering. So you can turn off, like, you can hide the cars, you can hide the track. And I thought it'd be fun. I started going through them, trying to document every single one of them, but I actually thought it might be fun to do it on stream, because some of them are a little bit like, it's hard to exactly define what is actually changing. So I thought it'd be interesting to try, to just go over those flags on stream and see if we can come to a consensus about which one does what. Cheese. Uh-oh. So many people trying to inject code. Yeah. I considered, like, just filtering out messages that have, like, HTML in them. But I also figured it might be good to demonstrate that doesn't work, because otherwise people might feel like, oh shit, maybe there's an exploit I can do here because it's not showing up. You know, maybe that means I did something. No, it just means your command was filtered out. But I feel like it might be good to actually show that. Cheese salad. Yeah, true. He put it on a shirt. I did, but it doesn't work very well though. So I used to sell it, but I don't sell it anymore. All right, let's take a look at this. Doom in Burnout 3. Honestly, when are we porting Lego Island to the Doom engine? All right, because Doom, as a first-person shooter engine, is pretty like comprehensive, and it's pretty thoroughly understood. So I feel like we should just rewrite or port Lego Island to the Doom mode. Someone's adding me and says, "What's with the slow mode? Is it to prevent spam?" That is generally what a slow mode is for. No, actually, it's just because I hate you. That's why. I hate my audience, and that's why I put slow mode on. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't think I wrote down the address of these booleans, so I'll go ahead and change my title. Oh shit, my title's too long. Okay, cool. All right.
Porting Lego Island to Doom, you say?
Yes, that is what I say. That is actually happening right now. That'll be really easy. I bet I could do that in like 2 days. Local streamer hates audience. Enable slow mo out of spite. that is exactly how it is. Pause the stream. I need to go to the bathroom. Actually, might need to go take a piss. Time to take a piss. What the hell are you doing? I'm taking a piss. Okay. I've just thought about how many people might not know what I'm talking about, and I just started going into this diatribe. When will the reverse engineering part begin? Right now, I'm actually setting it up as we speak, off stream, but I'm setting it up right now. I've just changed the title so that to reflect the change soon. Matt, you need help. Damn, no one knows this reference. Okay, tell you what. I'm gonna have to show you guys. This is gonna have to become part of like MattKC lore. Great news. It's Mario Pissing by Blaze the Movie Fan. Here we go. So, this is a real video uploaded in 2016. You can see it's got 1.1 million views, pretty popular. And yeah, it's just called Mario Pissing. So, let's go.
Time to take a piss. What the hell are you doing? I'm taking a piss. Okay, but why aren't you jumping at me? That's what you're supposed to do. I might do it fucking later.
I like how there's this black sensor bar, but because it's at an angle, it kind of looks like he's holding it. Like he's holding it in front of his penis.
Hate that. No, I'm a motherfucking enemy. You're supposed to jump at me. Okie dokie then. Let me pull up my pants again first, and then maybe I'll jump on you. Maybe? Are you out of your fucking mind? No! Jump on me now, motherfucker! Let me get my pants first. Fine.
Okay, that's the whole video. And I think we... I think we might have lost about 50 viewers watching that, but it was worth it. It was worth it because you all had to see that. Oh my god. Maybe. Are you out of your fucking mind? Sorry. It's really obnoxious. Honestly, I don't know why they're bothering making a Mario movie. Because we've already got, like, the Mario story. Oh, is my camera frozen? That's so funny. It is, you're right. How long has that been a problem? I think my capture card... this capture card just kind of hates me, I think. Yeah, I know. It's frozen. We'll see. Let's try to see if I can fix that. Let's unplug it and plug it back in. Yeah, my capture card was like, I can't fucking believe you're watching this again for the like 10th time today. Because, you know, as you would expect, I do watch it every morning. There we go. Alright, I just had to unplug it and plug it back in. My capture card was like, fuck, with this shit again. Not Mario pissing again. And I was like, yes. And he was, and so that's why it died.
Little Lego Island reverse engineering tip. The Clang Headers repository has all the COM tables and IIDs for Direct 3D and D3D Harem. It's been great use.
Great. Have you got the D3DRM PDBs? Because they're also very useful. Oh, sorry. Thought I got a notification, but I didn't. Okay. Let us take a look at Burnout 3. It's been in the title for a while, and all that I've done, and this is true, is watch Mario pissing. So let's actually get this going, shall we? Oh yeah, I was going to... had to find the address. I haven't found the address for the... well, I haven't written down the address for the bytes that I'm talking about, which is really embarrassing. How embarrassing! Okay, give me 1 second. To bring up my Windows virtual machine. That's right. I'm a fake Windows fan. I don't even use real Windows. Unsubscribe now. Okay, here we go. So I've got... The reason I'm running PCSX2... I'm doing this in Windows, even though it's PCSX2. Theoretically, it should run on Linux. Is that, from what I can tell, the debugger, the PCSX2 debugger, has not been ported to Linux yet. I don't know. Why do you use a custom chat instead of YouTube's chat? So I get this question a lot, apparently. And it is not because YouTube cuts stream donations. Like I said,
Use this dollar to get a new capture card.
Thank you.
Also, do you have a 3D printer?
Not yet, but I do want to get into 3D printing. The thing the reason I wrote an entire chat is not to get donations, because if I wanted donations, I could have just linked you to a PayPal page. I didn't have to write an entire goddamn chat to get more of a cut of my donations. Anyway, I want to make that. I've seen people suggest that a few times, that I wrote a whole chat just so I could get more donations, but it's not true. I want to make that as clear as possible. Okay, so I think, God, I don't know why I didn't write this down. This is really, really silly of me. I think, trying to find the, oh, so this is, oh, by the way, I should mention, this is also a early version of Burnout 3. This is not actually the retail release. This is a prototype / a demo. It's a review copy that was sent out to a magazine, I think Play Magazine, and then leaked. But the reason I use it is because it came with not exactly symbols. It came with a linker map, which lists a lot of the function names. I was able to... And the linker map is actually for a build 5 days older than this build. So they don't... the offsets and addresses don't exactly line up. But I was able to use a script to line them up as best as I could. So basically I have a repository, a Ghidra repository now with all of the functions named. Does this prototype of a demo for Mario pissing the video game? I certainly hope so. I mean, otherwise, it's not very good. So what I was going to do was... Here we go. I think it is... this one. Yes, here we go. Found it. Okay, so I have the address. It is 5B559A. So as you can see, oh, actually you might not be able to see because it's probably pretty tiny for you guys on stream, but there's a bunch of O1s here, which is, they're all booleans, they're all single byte booleans. And more reaction Andy content, Matt, get back to reacting. Uh-oh. Are people already bored of my reverse engineering shenanigans? We can do some more React stuff afterwards. This won't take very long at all. All I wanted to do was go over some of these ones with chat and see if we could come to a consensus about what each one of them was. Have you watched the YT collab video I sent some time ago? You mean the Super Smash Brothers collab? I have not seen it. It's like an hour long, right? I have a bit of a problem with long videos. It's very hard for me to watch long videos, probably because I have like ADHD. All right. So here we are on Burnout 3. Now, I'm going to assume that they start at this 01, and I'll open up a notepad. Starting at 5B5590. So we're going to toggle this to 0 and see what happens. Why not? Okay, that's pretty clear. That's pretty clear. So what we are switching right now is the markers above the cars. You see, whoa. Oh, there we go. You see these like second, third, and this downward pointing yellow arrow. Can you move the chat? Oh yeah, sure. Sorry about that. Yeah, okay. So Also, when I press Alt Enter, it presses start. So you can see I'm changing this to 0, and the markers above the cars are disappearing. So I think we can call those. What do you think we should call those? Like car place markers, something like that. Matt is the kind of guy who would suck a guy's dick for a $5 PS3. Yes, and if you don't, I question your commitment to your retro gaming hobby. Anyway, on-screen car position mark. Oh yeah, position is actually a good word. Position markers, car position markers. Great. Okay, and let's go on to the next byte. 0. Oh, okay. So those are like the mountains in the background. I don't know, I'm guessing that's just like... I assume you don't actually drive closer to those mountains, they're just like background scenery, right? It's not gay if it's for a PS3. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Especially not if you say no homo afterwards. Thank you for the donation. Sorry, I couldn't read that. Terror something. Thank you so much for the donation, I really appreciate that. That's really nice of you. Landscape, backplate. Skybox? No, it's not the skybox. The skybox is still there. So I just keep turning them off until we get nothing. What's the next one? Landscape. I might even call it like far scenery. That's like a term that I stole from the Sonic Runners source, but it kind of fits here. It kind of looks like Gran Turismo 3. Yeah, it's the same era. I think it honestly... I might get crucified for saying this, but I think Burnout 3 actually looks a bit better than Gran Turismo 3. And to be fair, it's a newer game. It's like 3 years newer, so it has that much worth of like technological advancement and improving the familiarity with the hardware. But I know that people would crucify me that because Gran Turismo is like a series that's famous for its good graphics. Gran Turismo 3 was such a better game. I think they are just... I wouldn't necessarily say better. They hit very different, like... attitudes, behaviors. I don't know. They're a very different feeling. One of them is very technical driving, and the other is very, like, arcade, like, all-out, balls-out driving. So the third one... I don't actually know. I'm not seeing any obvious changes. What I might do is I might start driving a little bit rather than just staying static on this one screen. Okay, so I'm going to drive ahead a little bit, trying to get some more effects coming on the screen. So now we get things like motion blur and stuff like that. We might be able to see a few more changes. And not yet. So I tell you what, I'm going to just label that as question marks right now. Okay, so the fourth byte, or number 3, offset 3.
Reverse engineering 3.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Thank you for the donation. Yes, we're looking at some Burnout 3 bytes, and we're just seeing what exactly they do. They're like drawing flags. They toggle different parts of the drawing on and off. Whoa! Whoa! Okay, that's like the whole damn track. Yo. Let's go, let's play. Yeah! I don't see anything wrong at all. I mean, we're just driving on the ocean, right? I guess we're driving on the skybox if you want to get technical. I am using a keyboard right now, which is pretty painful because I'm not actually using this emulator to play the game. I only use it ever for reverse engineering. Oh shit! Apparently that was a wall. Oops. Yeah, so I don't have any controller set up. I don't have a controller passed through to my Windows VM or anything like that. If I was going to play this a lot, I would probably set one up, but that's why I'm playing with the keyboard and why I'm going to suck a lot. Also, the fact that I can't see where I'm going, that there are invisible walls. In the words of Game Dude, it's a damn sheet of glass. It's another obscure reference no one is going to know. Okay, well... I guess we can write that down as like the track. Who knows? Who'd know disabling the track would make it hard to navigate? I know. That's a real surprise. That's a plot twist. How is sailing a car? You know what? I'll be honest. Challenging. Not for the faint of heart. You know, I think we were talking about Gran Turismo 3 versus Burnout 3 a little while ago, and I said Gran Turismo was a much more technical driving. I think if you want some technical driving, I think this is the way to do it. Just to enable hard mode in Burnout 3 by toggling this byte to 0. I might even turn that one back on, to be honest. All right, here we go. There we go. I was wondering why the car was so dark, but it's because we're under a tunnel thing at the moment. We're in the shade. Okay, there we go. Better. Unfortunately, I'm coming last. How embarrassing. Okay, so... What is this? What would you call this? Do you see that? There's like this little shine over here changing. What is that? MattKC worst Burnout 3 player. I mean, I'm certainly nowhere near the best Burnout 3 player. Ambient occlusion? I don't know. I don't know if that would count as ambient occlusion. Maybe. It's definitely something about the lighting, right? Shadow, cube matte, missing textures, reflections. There are still reflections, I think. Hang on, can we make this a bit bigger? So we can get a better idea what we're looking at. Specular map, lighting stuff, depth buffer. Yeah, right? I have no idea. Ambient occlusion, I guess I could believe it. Because there's like stuff happening with the shadows. I'm not super familiar. I might have to ask like I have a friend who's really into 3D graphics. He might know what this is. Global illumination? No, I think that would affect more than that. Didn't typically use AO. Reflection angle. Are these streamed archived somewhere after they finish? Yes, they are. YouTube automatically saves the VODs. Diffuse shading, shadows. I don't think it's shadows. God, I don't know. And everyone has has different ideas. There's no consensus about this one. Normal map. Look at the shadow under the map. Also, it's kind of dark for me. It's hard to kind of see. There is definitely something about the reflection. Hang on, let me see if I can get the camera to look at this. Because, like, the windows... No, maybe not. Maybe not. I thought I saw something change on one of the windows, and I thought maybe that had something to do with the reflection. Okay, different lighting. Let's see what it looks like now. It does seem to be almost something about reflections. There's this like lighting on the right side of the car that changes. So this is with it on, and there's like some detail here that you lose when you switch that to 0. Skybox reflection? Oh, maybe. Maybe. Moving reflections? Hang on, okay, let's turn it off and just drive around with that and see if that is something like... No, it's still moving, some kind of moving reflection, but maybe not as like fine detailed reflections. Sorry for the appalling driving right now, but I'm just trying to look at the reflections and see what if I can notice anything. It's toggling layers in the live reflection map. Interesting. I have no reason to doubt you, so I might write that down. Can't be skybox, top doesn't change, bump maps. Lighting mode. I'll say something like, it does seem to be something reflection related, so I'll say something like, I'll write down what you said. Toggle layer in reflection map. Might be normal based reflections, hence why the top of the car doesn't change but the sides become flatter. It could be. I am not knowledgeable enough in 3D to confirm or deny. Bump maps or
self-shadowing.
Maybe. I don't know about bump maps. Oh, whoops. That's the next one. Could be. Normal based reflections slash self-shadowing. I'll keep investigating that. Let's move on. This is, oh god, this is like this is the trees and like the street lamps. This is like mid-level scenery. What do you think? I think I'll call it mid-level scenery. Because it's still not this is still not interactive stuff. Like you can't drive into a car. Next, it's the thingies. Yeah, it's the thing. It's that guy. Some shady shit. I could call it that. I could just call it some shady shit. Scenery entities. I mean, technically you could call the mountains that as well. So that's why I want to call it like mid-level scenery as opposed to the far away scenery. Props. Yeah, I could say props. As well. Okay, I think that's pretty clear though. What's next? God, this is like, it's like a new view in the game. Oh, so this is another kind of reflection. You see that on the roof of the car? It's changing a little bit. I wonder if we can get a better look at the car. Not in a tunnel, because then it's too dark to really see. Or maybe I should do it in a tunnel, because maybe it's something about these shiny reflections. No, not these reflections. It has to have some kind of lighting point. It seems. Okay. Right. Oh, that might actually be live reflections, right? Or at least it might be toggling a different. Wait, what if we turn both of them off? 1, 2, 3, 4. Did we then just get no reflections? Oh, I think if we've turned off most of the reflections except for the skybox. What do you think? Do you think that's about right? Reflections of trees and the suns. When you the unknown one, I think there's summer. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I think in theory you could turn off the reflections entirely by toggling off like 3 of these mid-scenery reflections. That checks out. There might be a more technical term than that, but I think that's about right. Far scenery reflection. Oh, maybe. Just in case, I'll hold on to those, but I think that probably sounds about right. Okay. Next one. Oh dear. Another one that doesn't seem to be making any difference at all. Alright, I guess I'll label that with some more question marks. This next one is already 0. I can't tell if I did that or if it's just like that already. In which case, yeah, doesn't seem to make any difference either. So I'll make that a question mark as well. 9. This one. Is 4 not track reflections? It could be. I couldn't see I couldn't see anything like that though. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's try that again. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So track is this one. Keeping that on though. It could be. Track reflect. Oh! No, I think you're right. Look at that, because you can see like the texture of the road here. And then when I turn it off, that disappears. So I actually think you're right. It's track reflections. Right? What do you think? I think you might be right. I think that's track reflections. All right. Restart the race to see the opponents. Yeah, I may as well. Okay. And try to get an action shot so we can get as many effects going on as possible. Yeah, that actually fits. Wow, congrats. Whoever suggested that track reflections right after track and then mid scenery reflections right after mid. So this might actually be like far scenery reflections too, right? Stuff like the mountains, maybe. That's why I didn't really know, I couldn't really see it, because maybe the mountain stuff is like too far away. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we're up to here. Oh, I do see something change. Right in the distance, like 2 pixels over there that are changing. We might have to get close to that. Right, hold on. Stand by. Oh. The traffic lights are missing. Is that? Oh, I might have turned that off myself, actually. Oh, that might be because I turned off. Yeah, that's because I turned off mid-scenery. So the traffic lights turn off with the trees, I think. There they are. And then mid-scenery reflections. Okay. Yes, something just changed. Do you see that? Is it the cones? There we go. Here. I think these are changing. Yeah. Cones, I guess. Well, but it might be like maybe this is like near scenery. Cones. Near scenery? Do we need a forum thread for building MattKC live clients? Maybe. Small props. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna call it... Oh. Okay, cones, near scenery, small props. That's what I'm gonna call it. And then I guess the next would be reflections. I guess we can test that by kind of getting a little bit closer to these. Oop. Okay. Oh, right next to it, but I can't really see a cone reflection. Yeah, I can't really see that, unfortunately. We can turn the cone off. Wait, can I like reverse? Yeah, let's try and get nice and close to the cones. See if it's something to do with that. Try to get a side angle as well. Oops. You would think there'd be a reflection there. Maybe it just doesn't do close reflections anyway. Or maybe it's an emulator thing? I'll say... could be near scenery reflections, but unclear. So, okay. Number 9. Well, yeah, I'm gonna just move on from that one because I have no idea yet. Interesting that the flag is not considered like near scenery, but I turned the cone off. Interactable props, collision. No, I don't think. I feel like it can't be the collision. 8 couldn't be the collision. I guess we could try it though, because these are all drawing stuff. It wouldn't make sense to then have like interactability stuff. Yeah, so even with 8 set to 0, it's still interactable. So it can't be that. It's got to. I think it's probably reflections, but maybe they just don't show properly. As for this, I'm not really getting anything. Whoa! Well, there goes the car in general. I think that's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. So 10 is the cars themselves. And I'm pretty sure this includes the enemy cars, the opponents. Let's try that. Let's restart. The car!
Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce.
Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you'd want in your Burger King burger is someone else's foot fungus. But as it turns out, that might be what you get. So yeah, this is all the vehicles right now. Okay, so... Great. Oh, wait. Oh, I just figured out what 9 is. Check it out. Check it out. Yeah, it's the traffic lights. It might even be like lights in general. Yeah, it's lights in general because you can see the headlights on those cars are changing as well. Let me actually get up to some traffic. Here we go. It's not -1 car. Reverse engineer Pyongyang. We kind of did that a bit, but yeah. That could be fun. Okay, so this is... I think this might be just lights in general. Whoops, that's... Oh! No, it's the cars in general. I just thought it was the headlights that were disappearing. No, it's the cars and the traffic lights. What? Like how nothing is crashing. The track boundary also disappeared. Okay, so this is a number of different things. It's not only light sources, it's also traffic, and it's also something else, it would seem. Like someone said track boundaries, like this stuff. Environment interactable? Yeah, it could be. Like, yeah, so definitely the lights. And in theory, if we keep the traffic lights off, then we won't get any traffic, but I'll run into someone regardless. Yep. Over on the right. Oh, something on the right changed. No, still, so far, I haven't seen what you're seeing there. I'm only seeing the traffic and the lights disappearing. Oh, and this isn't easy. This is just car shadows. You can even see it's under the van. The shadow is changing. So 11 is vehicle shadows. one of the sides, one of the shops is covered with the red X. Oh, okay. Let me check that out in a second. Why did you turn the car back on? Because it's just more fun to not... So this is traffic lights, traffic... Why you type so fast? Bro, I'm getting older. What do you think, I got all the time in the world? Why would I type slower? Exactly what gain would that give me? What would I earn by typing slower? All right, let me try and find this red X that you were talking about. Ray tracing, maybe. What game reverse engineering? It is. It's in the title, but it says B3, which you might not know what that means. Burnout 3. Red X near the store. Oh, these red X's. Oh, they're called wrong way walls. Do these disappear? I don't think so. I think there's probably a different flag for those. So that's a shadow. Do these disappear with any of these? Oh. They disappeared with this one, which is 2. Ah! That fills one in. That's great. We're actually filling these in. Thank you for the help, guys. Appreciate that. Once you learn how to not use your mouse anymore in Uni, you get faster with it. Yeah, pretty much. Any keyboard shortcuts are almost always going to be faster than using the mouse. God, okay, now I've turned a little bit too much off. Turn it all back on. Wow. Yeah, we're actually filling these in. The only one we don't have is 8 so far. Let's take a look at 12, which I think is just after that one. That's vehicle shadows. Yes, 12. Okay, nothing immediate. Oh, look at that. So this is 13. I'll come back to 12. 13 is... Do you think that's fog? Right? Because, like... number 2 also affects the turning and arrow borders later on. I'm going to guess it does. I'm going to guess it's all, like, all of those walls. There's a pattern, visible reflection. 2 might be transparent textures. Interesting. Foreground shadows. I feel like that might be fog though, like environment fog. Because you can see it affects the mountains and it affects some of the trees as well. Isn't track reflection, it's about LOD 0 to LOD 1? I don't know what those words mean in that order, I'm afraid. Sorry about that. I do enjoy driving with no car, though. That's a lot of fun. Sets the game 1 hour in the future. Right, yeah. It goes from early morning to, like, middle of the day. Oh, there's no fog here, I guess. I know what level of detail means. I just don't understand that chat. I know what... LOD wasn't the part of the part I didn't understand. Okay, so trying to get to a point where I can find like some fog in the background. Okay, get a better look at it. Yeah, it might just be like background lighting. It could be like. Because it's hard to say... Ooh, this isn't really giving me a good idea. It's hard to say whether it's fog or just lighting. But I feel like it's fog, because it makes it look a little bit more, like, distant, right? It makes it look more hazy. So I feel like it's got to be fog. I'm going to write fog. How many times have I said fog in that sentence? Laggy output display. Loss of dignity. Lord of the drinks. Oh, now I understand. Now I get it. You're right. You're right. You're the only streamer who doesn't make me ridiculously bored after 30 seconds. I appreciate that. Because if you told me, like, yeah, we're going to reverse engineer Burnout 3 on stream, I would have said, oh, that could be quite boring. Can I get a better look at the... Yeah, I think it's got to be Fog. I think it just makes the most sense. This has game potential. Shadow Racer, a racing game which lets you merge with your shadow and making use of different types of light in its track to access concrete shortcuts. I know. We're making dreams come true. Whoa, okay. Okay, we found another one. This is 14, yeah. It's the motion blur. Fascinating. So you can actually turn off the motion blur if you really want to. I wonder if there's a performance gain to be had there. Or maybe it's... Because it might not even be a... It might actually not be a motion blur. It might be a radial blur. So it's just like, which would be a lot faster than a motion blur because to like calculate and keep track of the motion would be very slow. And as for 15, I don't know yet. And 16, I don't know yet. And that seems to be the last one. Seem to be 16 of them. Could Matt reverse engineer a human brain next? I'm afraid not. It's a running joke with me and my friends that like, I'll be like, oh, I fixed the PS3, and they're like, great. Can you fix my depression? And I'm like, no. Blur out. Blurring out. Someone sent a message via email. I'll check it after the stream, I'm sure. Yeah, I'll check it after the stream. Are you doing this for fun, or is there a goal in mind? There is a goal in mind. Actually, if you go onto the forum.mattkc.com, you can see I've written up kind of my goals of this, and this isn't necessarily part of those goals. This is just kind of documenting stuff while I'm here. Should do more streams like this. I find it really interesting and surprisingly not boring. Hell yeah, I appreciate that. I'm glad you think so. Also, someone is trying to donate 69 cents and then 71 cents. I appreciate that. However, you must know that PayPal takes all of that. So when you make a donation of 69 cents, you're effectively making a donation of nothing. You're just giving PayPal some money. And what that means, and that's why those donations don't show up in the chat, because they're literally like zero profit, zero revenue donations for me. Minus 1 car. True. HUD is gone. Is that what disappeared? Oh, you're right. One of those made the HUD disappear. Holy shit, but I couldn't tell because I had the game paused. Oops. I just set a flag to true that I don't know. Okay. So I'm going to have to leave the game running, which is unfortunate because I'm going to lose. Even more than I already was. It's 15. 15 is the HUD. Hell yeah. Thank you for pointing that out. It would have taken me a bit to figure that out. Yo, thank you for the donation. Was that... sorry. Sorry, I'll need to get the names showing up on stream eventually. I don't have the names showing up on the chat. I have them showing up on the overlay, and that's the only way I can read it, but it's too small for me to read, so I can't read the names. That's my bad. I'm sorry about that. But thank you so much for the donation. Make a donation of $69. Hell yeah, that's what I'm saying. You should watch Jahei. I'll write that down. Yeah, I don't... hell yeah. Yeah, I'll check him out. Yeah. Okay, so... God. Oh, I'm accidentally typing things into the debugger. I was wondering why I wasn't moving. Like, okay. Oh. I see it. I see what changed. Look, there's this smoke coming out of my fucking exhaust, and I can turn the smoke off. Hell yeah. Turn the exhaust off. I didn't need that. Bro, my car just became electric. Yo, we're solving global warming. Yo, it was so much easier than all of us thought. We're all like, man, solving climate change is really hard. But you know, all I had to do was just change this to a 0. This whole time. All right, I'll write that down. It is...
Love your videos, Matt. Always a joy to stop by.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. $10. Hell yeah. Thank you so much for the donation, Zelfie. And I hope I pronounced that right. And yeah, thanks for joining the stream. It's always good to have people coming over. Instant change fix. Pog U. Can I get some Pog U's in chat for the instant climate change fix? Let me turn my car back on real quick. There we go. Look at that. Look, my car is driving. No fumes whatsoever. Bruh. I've done an EV conversion. It's so hot. EV mode. Nice. All right. So what don't we have? 12 we don't have, and 8 we don't have. Thanks for the Pog use. I wonder if I can. So if I keep the game going, I'm trying to figure out 12. Right. 1, 2. Oops. 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Have I been fucking laps? Oh, that's so embarrassing. So embarrassing. Elon Musk is fuming. He's doing one of these right now. Hang on. Oh, fuck. I have to fill out a captcha. Hang on. Bruh. If you want some proof that like our devices are listening to us, RN. I'm trying to do a Google image search, and it said select all images with the cars. It fucking knows we're doing this shit.
Does that fog/smoke one toggle the burnout smoke from other cars at the race start?
Good question. I'll check that out in a second. Yeah, I was just trying to bring up this meme, and it wasn't even worth it because it's not even that funny. But nonetheless, I've wasted your time with it. So congratulations, well done. That's what you get for tuning in to MattKC on YouTube or stream.mattkc.com. So, yeah, let's check out the smoke on the, let's see if that affects all smoke all the time. So it's this one, right? Yeah, so now we've got smoke coming out. We've now reverted to a gas-guzzling, disgusting, environmentally unfriendly car. But let's switch it back to 0 now and see if all the tire smoke is gone as well. Oh, I think it is. Hang on, turn it back on. Yeah, look at that. It's all smoke all the time. All right. Thanks for the suggestion. I'm glad you told me because that really works. That really is what it is. It's all smoke. So actually, yeah, someone said sparks as well. So it might actually be particle effects in general. Environmentally rude car. I'm gonna call them that from now. I'm gonna call them environmentally rude cars. Also, should I sing it? No, I shouldn't sing it. Gas. I'm gonna step on the gas. No, I could sing it, but it would be very loud because you can only yell that song. That's the only way you can sing that song properly is by yelling it. In all caps, it's like the Billy Mays song.
WV actually used to have a flag that decreases smoke to do emissions testing.
No, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. VW. When their cars were being emissions tested, this is what they would do actually. When their cars were being emissions tested, they would. Oh wait. Oh, this does turn off their headlights as well. No way. Damn, that's wild. Okay, cool. So it's a bunch of different effects, but yeah, when VW needed to when VW was getting their cars emissions tested, they would just switch this flag from 1 to 0. They'd be like, "What fumes? What fumes? Our cars are great for the environment." And then when they sell them for customers, turn it back to 1. Yeah, now you get the good performance out of it. The customer's happy. The customers are happy and the emissions testers are happy. The only people that aren't happy is the entire world in a few years when it's all over. All right. Oh, the brake lights. Did those turn off as well? Wait. Oh, yeah. Look at that. So I'm reversing right now. And I can, like, the lights are on. So, like, they turn on. Also, well, what the fuck is going on here? What is this shit? I'm not even pressing anything. It's just reversing on its own. Okay. All right. Fine. Whatever. The point is, yeah, I guess you could call that bloom. Like extra... Look at all the smoke. My God. VW after the emissions test. God damn. Yeah, so I guess it's bloom as well. Or maybe it's just... maybe the headlights are... Or maybe the reversing lights are like hooked into the... And the headlights are hooked into the particle system somehow? Sparks are also gone? Yeah, okay. So it's definitely particles, because sparks would fall into particles. Plus bloom? Unless the headlights fall under the particle system. It's a self-driving car! Bruh, it's a real Tesla fucking conversion. It turned off the... no more gas emissions. Self-driving. And I gather this is about as good as the self-driving is. No, that was rude. That was uncalled for. Actually, the self-driving is impressive. It's just... It has a lot of kinks that need to be sorted out. Alright. Alright. Translucent textures? No, I think that's 2 if it's anything. So we have 2 that are not filled in. What do you think? Should we fill in... Should we keep trying to fill in the 2 that aren't filled in, or should we move on to obscure PSX theater? What do you guys think? Someone leaked their real IP? Bruh. I mean, you shouldn't do that, but I guess you can. If they put the self-driving in it, they'd have to put in the small children for it to run over too. True! Absolutely true. Oh, does 2 or 3... Oh, the big red barrier. Good idea. No, it doesn't. So it's not a wrong way wall. Let's actually turn off flags until the red disappears. See what happens. See if we can turn off this red. I've never seen this happen before. To be fair, this is a prototype / debug build. Oh, no, it's not a debug build. It's like a demo, an early pre-release demo / prototype. So that might be why I've never seen this before. It might actually be a bug, basically. The idea that you're going to be hacked and doxxed when your IP is public isn't 100% true. No, you can't get a ton of information from an IP address. You can get a general location because every IP has a geolocation, but you can't get like an address, and you can't get an identity. Still, what you can do is you can get an IP address and then DDoS it, so you can like deny someone's access to internet, which is pretty Monka-esque. But do you accidentally override an arbitrary memory address? That's quite possible, to be honest. So it might not even be a bug. It might be me. I might have fucked something up myself by fucking around with memory too much. So I think that's actually true. That's a good point, Ramen. Technically, Matt can look at our IPs because he's hosting the chat, right? Well, I wasn't going to say it. You can't tell people that, but yes. Pretty much almost any website you go to, you can pretty much assume that they're logging your IP address, just because that's kind of how it works. Look below in the debugger when you're changing the bytes. What do you mean, look below? I am looking at the debugger. One day, I hope I find the IP to Mario pissing. You already found it. Mario was like, time to take a piss, which is kind of like saying IP. So he already kind of leaked his IP. He was already IPing. The more you fuck around, the more you find out. It's pretty much. What's weird is that when I press accelerate, I just can't come to a fucking dead stop. I can't go forward. I can only be stationary, and then when I release the accelerator, I start reversing. Anyway. It meant the bytes after the flags in memory are changing. I don't know what those mean, though. I don't know if those are the graphics. I don't know if those are flags that we're, like, interested in or not, because this is probably arbitrary information. And it's quite possible that I did overwrite something by accident and to get it to be in this state. Reset the debugger. Yeah, I might just reset. What do you think, though? Do you think, like, we've done a substantial work, and I couldn't have done it without you guys' help. Some of these I was pretty stumped on, I have to be honest. So, if you... what do you think? Should we try and fill in 8 and 12? Or should we move on to obscure PSX theater? What about Luigi shitting? Because time to take a shit. Does not
Nice.
include IP. Nice. Now, L Cup, thank you for the $20 donation. I agree. Nice. In the words of Michael Rosen. Nice. You're welcome. Why not increase the render resolution? Because I don't really need to. I don't have this emulator set up to play it. I really only have it set up for reverse engineering and debugging. I would rather die than play the PS2 version of this game. We need to figure out what 8 and 12 do. Okay, let's figure it out real quick. I will do a reset. So that we can actually start playing properly. Also, the debugger disappeared. I have to open that again. Might be the takedown cam. That's a good idea. I'll take a look at the takedown cam. Oh, weird. The debugger is minimized. Yes, there we go. Great. I love how Matt just skips the message to read the donation. I can't read all of the chat. It's going too quickly, especially while I'm trying to do other things. I can't read everything. The donation I'm going to hear because it's an alert, and that's kind of the whole point. Is that I'm more likely to see a donation. FPS hack 120p. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to do a frame unlimited FPS patch. I'd love to do one of those. Why are you doing this? Really just for documentation. I mean, I have a bigger Burnout 3 project planned that you can read about on the forum, but I stumbled upon these flags, and I'm a big believer in public documentation, so I kind of figured that I kind of figured that since I stumbled upon these, I probably should document them while I can, before I fucking forget about them, because I forget everything. There's stuff that I'll figure out in Lego Island, and then like 3 months later, I'll forget that I even did it. I'll find like old messages of mine of me talking about doing it. I'll be like, holy shit, I'm not that person. I might have. I don't remember writing any of that shit. Anyway, can you sit? Can you sit up? I need to play Snake. Yeah, no worries, fam. Hold on. Huh? What do you? Is this good enough? Hang on. I'm trying to get it as straight as possible. Huh? Oh god, it's really hard to do this. It's because all the directions are reversed because it's not a mirror, it's a camera. Yeah, let me know when you got it. Oh, I'm trying to hold the headphone wire out of the way. You can see why this wasn't a great idea, the whole putting... I mean, I actually like the design of like putting like a barcode or a QR code on your shirt, but you can see how this doesn't quite work because it's hard to get it perfectly straight. I got it. Did you actually get it from that? No fucking way. No fucking way. Jesus. I'm playing it in my head with the power of my genius brain. Hell yeah. I mean, that's really the way to do it. We don't need... Why do you need games? Why do you need game consoles when you can just play games in your head? Five head. I got a scan. Holy shit. How the fuck are people getting scans off that? I felt like that was not straight at all, like when I was showing that. All right. Let's try and fill in 8 and 12. Let's assume that... Actually, I'm curious. I'm really curious. So if... I haven't touched the memory at all so far. So if... And I'm going to try to go to around the same place. If I reverse, will that happen again? Or was that just because I'd fucked around with memory and was like, doing weird shit? It actually worked. No way. I can't believe it actually worked. That's not good to say that you've spent 2 hours looking at Breakout 3. That is... weird. Okay. So this wall is definitely part of the real game. I don't think the retail game has this, though. It's quite possible I've never run into it, because why would you ever reverse like this in the game? So either I've never noticed, or the game just... or this is only in the prototype. Why didn't you turn off everything and then turn on one at a time? Because I didn't think about it. But now that you mention it, it's not a bad idea. Alright, let's turn off everything. Interestingly enough, the skybox still renders. So, can we get rid of this fucking red? There we go. So none of those toggles affects the skybox. Also, how's my car doing now? Is it still... No, it's not reversing. It's fine. It's fine. It's doing fine. Okay. I like how that didn't come up until we were basically done. Yeah. 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 Okay. Let's take a look. Let's try and turn on 8. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On. That was right? And this is 9, which is traffic lights and traffic. Yo, it's the Rozzers. No. Let's turn on 8 and just drive around. Why not? Why don't we? What do you think? Should I turn on my car? Should I at least see where my car is as well, or nah? No, actually, I don't need the car. I just need the shadow. That's good enough. Let's go. Matt, can I get feet pics? No. Absolutely not for free. I can follow that other shadow, and I kind of have an idea where the track is. Oh, well. Except for when the... Oh. Someone did mention, what if it has something to do with crash time? I could try... Or with yeah, the crash HUD thing. So I could try crashing and see if something pops up then. Do the traffic vehicles have reflections? Could be that. It could be. Considering the placement. Yeah, what if it's reflections of... Oh, yeah, I wrote down it could be reflections of near scenery, but I couldn't see whether that was true or not. That was the problem. Yeah. So hang on, I want to try crashing because we might get something in there. God, I think I might need to turn the track on, unfortunately. Track was 3. Okay. Let's turn... Alright, let's... Just so I can see where I'm going. God, this shadow isn't nearly as impressive when it's all you can see. You can kind of see the flaws with it. Interesting. Hang on. I want to look at something. Okay, so that's the shadows. Oh, and also the lens flares. So I turned on car shadows, but that's also... Oh, no, it's turning off the lens flare. So I guess it's that's part of the shadow, right? Can I have an explanation why your custom chat is transphobic and refuses to display the trans flag emoji? Is that true? It should just display any emoji. There shouldn't be any limitation. Huh. I mean, I guess it broke it down into... Oh, it might be because I have a thing that... I think that's some kind of Unicode meme, because I think technically that's like... Those are the characters that go into the trans flag, but it doesn't... like, you know how when you have a thumbs up and with a skin shade, technically that's a thumbs up emoji and then like a skin shade emoji, and then your reader like merges those together into one emoji. I think that's what's happening here. It's not for whatever reason it's not merging those. So that's a real like, I believe that's like a Unicode / emoji meme. I'll look into that because I didn't expect that to happen. It shouldn't be doing that. Okay. Please make a program that can do my laundry. Yeah, I'll get right on that. Okay. So 12. 12 is the only one that I'm really not sure. Let's turn off everything again. So we only have 12 right now. And let's also turn off this. Okay, everything is turned off except for skin colors work. That means you are so homo and transphobic. Oh shit, my bad. To be fair, the emoji library I use, it's some JavaScript library. I don't love it. So I was planning to like look into alternatives eventually anyway. But I'll figure something out. The England flag works, but the England flag is just an emoji. It's not made up of two emojis as far as I can tell. No gays either. Technically, that is a gay flag, or not a gay flag, but it is an emoji next. It is a flag next to a rainbow, which is pretty close. Twimoji, yeah, I should. Well, like I said, the emoji library I use has an option for Twimoji, and at the time I thought I wouldn't use it, but I could try turning that on, and I can also try a different library. Some of the numbers are sure to assign sparks on impact. I don't know which one, but now you've turned everything off, you can't see it. Maybe you could have a look. I'm pretty sure sparks fall under particles and bloom, though. I feel like it's not. I feel like it can't be. It's unlikely that there's another one for sparks. What if 8 and 12 are debug related? It's possible, which means we might never figure it out. In which case, maybe we should give up now before it's too late. Let me turn the track back on. It's so hard to like figure out where I am. Oh, one single cone. It's the eternal cone. This is what you see when you die. All right, let's have a look. Oh yeah, track is here. Oh, is this where I am? Oh, did I switch it into... Wait, what? Oh, okay. No, everything's normal. Everything's fine. I was just a little bit confused. Do you eat things backwards in Australia? Of course. Of course. And upside down. What made you think any differently? Thank you for the donation. The $5 donation. Sorry I couldn't read your name. I still don't have the names showing up in a place that I can read them. I only have them show up on the overlay, and they usually disappear before I can read them. So I'm really sorry I can't read your name, but thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate that. Opinions on the ender support for 8.1? Holy shit! I said 8-1 instead of 8.1. My god, that's like a... So what a Freudian slip. 8.1, I mean... It's kind of sad. I actually like 8.1. If to be perfectly honest, I prefer 8.1 to Windows 10. As long as I don't love the start screen, but other than the start screen, I prefer 8.1 to 10. It's just you can't really use it anymore because a lot of stuff doesn't support it. So anyway, 8 or 12 could be the you are seconds behind. It could be. Yeah, maybe like on-screen text. I might have to like turn everything on so I can properly race to like test that out though, right? Apparently I ran into a truck. I didn't even realize. All right, let's see if that's true. See if I can get like some text to appear. Start screen can easily be fixed by programs. Yeah, exactly. I used to use Classic Shell on 8.1, and it was really good. I actually really liked that setup. But at one point, I needed something that that needed Windows 10, so I had to upgrade to Windows 10. And I was very upset. Now I don't use Windows at all, which is great, except for the fact that I am doing this inside Windows 10. But other than that, thanks so much for the $5 donation. Again, sorry I can't read your name. I apologize. No, that wasn't anything. Oh, okay. So we have something on screen. What if I turn that off? Nope, it's not that. 8. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 0. No, okay, so neither 8 nor 12 this takedown trophy that's appeared on the screen. I assume that's probably going to be part of HUD. All right, now let's see if it's something to do with this crash stuff. Nope, that looks pretty normal. Why are you using Windows? Yeah, it's because PCSX2's debugger, as far as I can tell, isn't on Linux at the moment. Anyway. Okay, I think I might call it there as far as like 8 and 12, simply because it's quite possible it's something debug related, in which case we'll just be here forever because we'll never find it. PS2 text console, maybe. I feel like we've done a lot of good work, and that maybe we'll come back to the 8 and 12 later. B3 drawing flags, and you can turn those. What's nice is that I also found the offsets for those on the Xbox build and on the retail PS2 build, so I'll publish those so you can all play around with those. Haha. How you're running a game in VM so smoothly? It's a second GPU. I pass a second cheap-ish GPU through to the virtual machine. Yo, again, thank you for another $5 donation. I think it's the same person over and over again. The username looks the same, even though it's too small for me to read. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Hell yeah, thank you so much for the donations. I really appreciate that. Yeah, GPU pass through. If you pass a GPU through to a VM, it's basically just runs. It's near native performance and running side by side with your host OS. I can run Windows, Mac OS, and other versions of Linux, and I don't even have to reboot, or I don't have to haul out another computer and use like a KVM switch or something shit like that. It's really great. It's ultimate computing as far as I'm concerned. All right. Thank you so much for helping me out with that, honestly. It was a big help. Gotta go. Amazing that we all managed to help. That's what I'm saying. And thanks for stopping by. Hackintosh video when? I already kind of made a Hackintosh video. But I have thought about making a video about my dual GPU setup. The problem is, like... some ordinary gamers has already made a video about it, so I feel like I don't know if I can add anything to that. But yeah, I mean, when next stream? Oh, I'm not finishing the stream yet. I'm only finishing up the the drawing flags. Unless you gotta go, which, you know, if you gotta go, you gotta go. We're moving on to obscure PSX theater to finish off the stream. Sorry, I didn't mean to confuse you. I said I did say something like I was going to call it, but I only meant calling it on the drawing flags, not on the stream itself. Obscure PSX theater. That's what I call it when I play obscure PSX games on stream, and we all laugh at it. So. There's a game that I've been promising to play, a PS1 game that I've been promising to play for years, literal years. PSX, so I should clarify, because yeah, people are going to think I'm talking about the PSX as in the DVR thing they made. I'll clarify and say PS1. That'll probably be easier for people to understand. So, obscure PS1 theater is what I call the new segment of my stream, where I play obscure games today on the PS1, but maybe on other things as well. I did just get a Saturn. And I play obscure games, and we all see if we can find either a hidden gem or something really hilarious. So, I played on my YouTube channel 5 years ago.
I demand more Windows 9X content greater than :left parenthesis.
Uh-oh, not that greater than :left parenthesis. My god. So I played a game on my channel a few years ago called Arthur's Absolutely Fun Day. And this was... Can you make a stream schedule, please, so I can wake up 2 hours early on the correct day? I am still working that out. I absolutely plan to have a stream schedule eventually. My concern is that I'll promise something but then not be able to follow through for whatever reason. Like maybe things will come up, or maybe I'll feel like it's too much streaming if I'll overpromise and underdeliver. So I'm working out like how long I think how much streaming I think I'm comfortable with doing, and how much is fun, and kind of gradually tailoring what I think my schedule will be around that. So that's why there's no schedule yet, but one day there will be. I gotta go, but this was a great stream. Hell yeah! Thanks for the kind words, and thanks for stopping by. So, at the end of Arthur's absolutely fun day, my MattKC,
nearly this good in real life.
I said something like,
Now, I'm part of Wonder Fun Day that fun day gets a slightly more fun day than this one did.
hang on, when did I say
So,
it?
tune in next time, the
Yeah.
day that ended with a pretty shit fair. Well then,
True.
that was Arthur's absolutely fun day. And you know, there's so many Arthur games to get to. So, tune in next time and we'll get to some more.
I said tune in next time and we'll get to more Arthur games. 5 years ago. So I thought there's a game that I've been wanting to it's people are going to be so pissed off about this, but yo, thank you for the donation. I missed the name again, but thank you so much. I really appreciate the donations. It's really nice of you. So I'm going to play a PS1 game. Here we go. Here comes the... it's the same person again. I don't want to say your name out loud on stream, because I get an email from PayPal when I get a donation. But thank you so much. Here we go. We are playing PlayStation 1, and I will switch over the stream so that it's showing correctly. Wonderful. Possibly one of the greatest games of all time. Why, it's... Whoa. It's Big Red Button Entertainment. No, apparently this is the Mattel logo. I never knew there was a Mattel Interactive logo. Hang on, let me turn this down real quick. The Learning Company, God, what a fantastic... Yeah, all the best games in the world came from the Learning Company. Okay, sorry, I had to turn that down a bit, it was a bit loud. I gotta go see it, also when next stream. Maybe 2 or 3 days or so, something like that. Here we go. And isn't this one of the greatest 3D character designs you've ever seen? I like how they've drawn his collar on around the shirt.
King Arthur's World, reality.
King Arthur's World? Is that a real game? I assume it's not this Arthur. Well, here's Arthur ready to race. As promised, 5 years ago on my channel. This was actually the game I was thinking about, the one that I was always going to play. Welcome to Arthur Kart. It is... You could kind of consider it Arthur Kart. There is horrifyingly Garfield Kart, and there is... I've even forgotten, was it called Shrek Kart? There was like a mountain of Mario Kart ripoffs starring Shrek. Really disappointingly large amount of Shrek... kart-based Shrek games. So anyway, this is Arthur. Oh god, they're showing me the credits already. Yeah, congratulations. Well done, guys. You've made a great game that I haven't even started playing yet. Also, what is this on his left wheel? It looks like... Okay. Next time it shows up, am I crazy for thinking it's like a dead cow's head on his kart? I don't know if that might just be me. Also, anyway, let's just get started. Hang on. Wait. I've got an idea. I've got a fantastic idea while we do this. While we play Arthur Ready to Race. Let me, let me push this, oops. I've got an absolutely fun day idea. So, I'm going to I'm gonna crop the chat down a little bit. And, oh my god, he doesn't stop talking! Sorry about the delay, real quick. Takes just a second to set this up. Excellent. Excellent. Wonderful. Whoops. Oh my god. It's showing my desktop. That was useful of it. Here. No, not here. Oh my god. I'm sorry, this is taking a bit. OBS is pulling another another meme on me. New window capture, and it's Jesus. Oh my god, that fucking voice. What am I looking for? This. Great. Okay. I'm sorry that took so fucking long, but we are now here. Time to speedrun this. We are doing... Welcome to my world record run of Arthur Ready to Race. Let's go. Alright, I assume we just start when we press start game. Let's go. Wait. Oh, cool. My my controller isn't working. Whoops. This is what a disaster. First time catching a MattKC stream from the elusive MattKC website. What is happening? It's a good question, honestly. We've been having some trouble setting this up, but hopefully this will work. When does the run end? I have played this game before, but I've never timed myself playing it before. Starting to think Matt doesn't know what to do. For a while, I don't know why it was so hard to get live split to appear in my stream, but it's here now. KC equals Confederate comrades? Oh lord. Jesus. Reverse engineering? That sounds right. Why is my controller stopped? This would happen to me on the day of my daughter's wedding. MattKC.com better than YouTube and Twitch? True. Can you make a Discord server, please? No thanks. I appreciate the thought, but no. It's reverse engineering in the sense that it's not engineering. Yeah, it's just reverse. It's just backwards, really. I think that really sums it up. Can you reverse engineer the human genome? That is kind of what medicine is, right?
Have you ever tried to develop an emulator?
I have not ever tried that. Why is my controller not working? Weird. Real weird. Hang on. If my controller just doesn't work, then maybe we just won't do this. Connect your gamepad. I mean, weird. I've never had it just kind of fail to work before. Did you try asking an adult for help? It was working. You saw that I pressed the start button and I got to the menu. Now it's just stopped working. Try Bluetooth. My computer does not actually have Bluetooth. I could try... this is really annoying. I set this up before the stream. I could try a completely different controller. I'll have to remap it, I think. Okay, well... I think what might have happened is we might be suffering a certified Linux moment right now. And... because apparently no controllers are working. USB dead? No, because my keyboard and mouse still work. It's literally only the controllers that are not working. One of your PS3... No, it's not going to be any different. Like, if the Xbox... if the 360 controller doesn't work, then the PS3 controllers aren't going to work either. So, try using your Wii U gamepad. No, none of... If these don't work, none of those are going to work. This is why I moved away from Linux back to Windows. I'll be honest, it's not without its bugs. It's true. You're correct.
Have you tried turning it off and on again? Are you sure it's plugged in?
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. Yes and yes. Oh, hang on. Got an idea. Hang on. It might just be... if it doesn't work, we might just do it next time. You'll be deprived of Arthur Ready to Race for one more day. Which I'm sure everyone was very upset about. Are they fake clones? No, they literally were working like 2 minutes ago. You saw that they worked. I was able to like press buttons in the game, and then they just stopped working. No, and all of these are genuine controllers. You should dual boot your PC with Windows and Linux for moments like this. Firstly, I hate dual booting, and secondly, I don't need to do that because I have a Windows virtual machine that we were using earlier. I just haven't prepared to plug a controller into that virtual machine to to play Arthur Ready to Race. Play it on keyboard. I could. Should I just play it on keyboard? Oh god. Oh god. How low must we resort to? God. Is it worth it for Arthur? For Arthur Ready to Race? The Arthur game is cursed and killed your computer? Yeah, apparently. Alright. Alright. That's really weird. Really fucking disappointing that my gamepad doesn't work.
Swat, 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 swat. Swat, 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 swat. Swat, 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 swat.
Fantastic.
Swat, 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 swat.
Speedrun with a keyboard. That might be how it has to go. Alright. Keyboard it is. Here we go. Here we go. Bring the live split back on. And I'll have to map all of my controls to the keyboard. Live on stream. Fantastic. My favorite. Fucking... Alright, here we go. How fun. My favorite.
Hi Matt, this is my first stream I've ever been on. I just joined and I sorta need to know what you're doing. Could you explain? I love your videos so much and I am subbed. Yay. SOI.
Sadly, it didn't quite work. All we're doing, really, is just playing some obscure PS1 games. There's really nothing more to it than that. And I'm trying to find keyboard controls for the PlayStation controller that don't suck absolute ass. Sadly, it's hard to do that because it does not map very well to a keyboard. Alright. We're using a DualShock for whatever that's worth. Good night, everyone. Good night, GoLand. Thank you for stopping by. But you're gonna miss some hot, ready-to-race action. Oh, hang on. I gotta start my... Oh, maybe I'll start it after the name. Maybe does this game not support? Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. Do I have to put in a name? What if I put in no name? Oh no, I have to put in a name. S. All right, good enough. Let's go. Can you play this on a real PS1? In the future, I think I will play on hardware. The only reason I'm playing on an emulator today is because my capture situation is a little bit dicey. All right, so I'm gonna have to start this and start my timer at the same time. Let's go. Okay, close enough. Skip the cutscene. Can someone tell me what is on his left wheel? Oh, it's a chicken. For years, I've thought that's like a cow's head, and it's like deformed. All right, finally, let's go. My first move, drive into a hay bale. I think, so far, I feel pretty confident that this is going to be a better experience than Mario Kart Wii. I feel like this is just that good. So you can see I'm picking up Bionic Bunny cards. Great. I don't know what they're for. I've forgotten. I did play this game as a kid, but I have not played it much since then. Yo, these speeds. I mean, we just went from Burnout 3 to this, and honestly, I feel like this is more exciting. I feel like... I feel like the adrenaline is really pumping here. The world record pace? I think so. Yeah, guys, you're watching this is legit. This is a world record attempt. I feel like we have a good shot. Who needs alpha blending anyway? It's certainly not me. I also think that someone has gone into the like memory flags and disabled all the shadows. Or actually, the game just might have no shadows at all. Which looks fantastic. Yo, a CD. What's on the CD? Excellent! As you can see, Arthur is excited. So am I. He thinks this is about on par with Burnout 3. In fact, it's a bit better, I reckon. Hi, MattKC. This is the first live stream of yours I watched. And... what a great time to show up. In media res, Arthur ready to race. Fantastic. I assume you'll be a regular watcher after seeing this. The any percent emulator is 15 minutes and 51 seconds. Hell yeah. I realize I've accidentally picked the any percent console, or I've accidentally, like, because I picked the rank in live split, and I guess I picked console. I probably should have picked emulator, but I don't think I'm really at risk of getting world record. Wow, fun!
Impressive performance, Arthur, but I have misgivings about the car's structural integrity.
Oh shit! Bro, they're talking shit about his ride. Alright, let's figure that out. We're gonna pimp his ride, I think. And they say Cyberpunk looks good. True! No, it doesn't hold a fucking candle to this shit. Especially this. I mean, this is a pre-rendered image, so you can tell they pulled out all the stops for this. I like how they penciled on his collar and his, like, cuff. It looks fantastic. It's really good. They've never seen the best video game of all time. Yes! True. This, what emulator? This is Mednafen, because I'm a real slut for accurate emulation. But if I had more time, or if my capture setup wasn't a little bit balked, I would play this on console. I'd probably play this on the PS2 because you get that like faster disc speed stuff. His nose looks like a smiley. Oh my god, it does, dude. We got to turn this into a new stream emote. Like his face. We have to hang on. I'm getting a screenshot right now. Yes, excellent. All right, we're turning that into a screenshot at some point. We're turning that into an emote at some point. That walking animation is so realistic. What the fuck? It is. Look at that. Fantastic. All right, so... oh, yeah. No. The goal here is to get... I think we're picking... we're not picking... strawberries. No, I'm thinking of Arthur's Absolutely Fun Day. What are we picking? Are these apples? I should have probably not skipped to the dialogue. I might have known. His nose looks like a smiling imp emoji. Hang on. I'm pausing the game. Pausing the, Wait, what? How do I pause? How do I pause live split? Oh, well. Shit, my world record is ruined! There, I had to set a hotkey for it. There we go. Okay, paused. Just look at this. Just look at this real quick. Hang on. God, there's always I always have so many windows on my screen. Just look at this. Now that I've seen it, I can't unsee it. It's a fucking face. Jesus, I have to turn that into an emote. I have to. Alright, I'll do that after the stream. I won't do that mid-stream. We gotta get back to the speed run. It's so... Yeah, can I get some equals bracket in chat for this face? Okay. Not fucking around. Let's get back to the game. Alright. Back to the speed run. As you could all tell, I was on world record pace. Let's go. Okay. Go. Pick these apples and or tomatoes and or strawberries and or persimmons and or any generic red fruit. My god. Okay. And if you like this, just imagine how good it's going to be on console. No, I will. I do think if we do this regularly, I will do it on console. Just because, may as well. Why not? It's more menacing than anything. It is kind of... Oh, bro, did I trip over a skunk? It is. It's a skunk. He's just roaming around. This is his garden now. Oh my god. How long does this go for? This is so many. I think they're dinner. True. Chad, do you think they're tomatoes or apples? Poll. Tomatoes. I should say tomatoes. I'm an Australian, damn it. I thought this was a kart game. You're not wrong. There's not a lot of racing so far. We need to play this game. The devs play this game the way the devs intended. True. All right. I don't care about talking to Muffy. Apparently, Muffy just had a wheel lying around, and she was like, you know, I'll give you this wheel if you pick these apples or tomatoes for me. If you could do that, that'd be great.
No. Yes. No. Yes. No. No. Yes. No. Yes. No.
Oh god, I feel like those have to become like soundboard sounds. No. Okay, all right, no, I won't bother saying. We're on world record pace after all. Yes, no, yes, no. All right, let's go. Okay. Oh god. Okay, what's next? Right, yeah, I think it's over here. I think this is a quest. Ew, her head. Oh, she's got a car body. Oh no. Oh, they're looking for stuff. Okay, so we can't talk to them yet. We've got to unlock a few more quests.
Stands for Wong.
Wow, no way. Thank you for the donation. Bro has a cock on the side of his tractor. I was wondering what that was. I only just figured...
Hi, what do you have for sale?
We've got all sorts of fun stuff. Is there anything you're interested in?
Do you have anything for downhill racers?
We sure do. Take a look. Use the directional buttons to see new merchandise. Press the X button to select an item.
Uh-huh. Okay, I actually have a technical question about this scene. Why is there this dark, like, black outline around the guy? I feel like that must be because he's pre-rendered. But why is he pre-rendered? And if he's pre-rendered, why is he only composed of about 20 polygons? Even so, they still didn't put any effort into the modeling, even though they've apparently It looks like he's pre-rendered. That looks more pre-rendered than the entirety of Final Fantasy VII. True. This is giving me Simpsons Hit and Run vibes for real. I think this game is better than Hit and Run. Hit and Run. Pfft. Okay, so this is like just pimping my car even further. I don't really care though. I'm only interested in the in the performance upgrades. Pre-rendered plus outlines for contrast. Right. Are you sure it's not just a really shitty pre-rendering job? Like they haven't just like the alpha channel isn't just fucked up? Those are intentional outlines. You think so? If so, I mean, I guess it worked. More pre-rendered than Resident Evil 1 and 2. He looks like a bad me. He actually kind of does. Oh, okay, we got a new quest. Let's go. L plus pre-rendered plus low poly plus outlines. True. Literally. It also is a pretty shitty pre-render. Looks worse than OOT. I'm glad we can all agree that it's not only a pre-render, it's also shit.
Hey Arthur, how's it going, son?
Not bad. I'm looking for parts for my downhill
Do dads ever really say that? Like, how's it going, son? I feel like they only ever say that in TV shows and like specifically children's TV shows.
I'm on my way. The display at the bottom of the screen shows how close
Alright, we gotta catch Pal. I remember this one.
hurry up and find him. Come back.
I low-key... Oh, shit. We already started. I thought... Uh-oh. I thought I had some time. I thought it was gonna, like, fade out and load and then start the game, but no. We're fucking right into it. Oh, God. Is there a run button? Oh, there's a jump. I can jump! And why does he jump like that? He jumps, but then he, like, squeezes his legs in air. Yo, 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 yo. Yes! Was the jumping actually helping?
Still intact. And what's this? A steering wheel? When did you get this, pal?
The dog had a steering wheel? Thanks for the thanks for the car upgrade, pal. Yeah, I'm sure that's a great high-quality steering wheel. Don't mind the dog fucking teeth marks in the bottom. Don't worry about that. It's clearly an upgrade over what we already had. We can really count the pixels on any given character's face. True. The dog looks like a Pokemon. Pal has 2 polygons. Yeah, he kind of does. No, that's fine. That's alright. Game of the year. Does this imply Arthur didn't have a... Is that what it... Yeah, I mean, it could. How exactly do you upgrade a steering wheel? Like... Because a wheel is just a wheel, right? Unless it's like leather coated or something. But then Pal would have probably ruined it with his fucking teeth. I will plant a live nuclear bomb on every copy of Arthur's explosive carts and detonate it. I mean, that does sound like a good idea. Why is the cow on the loading screen? You're right. The cow is just a drawing, I think. It's just a picture. Someone like... Oh, ew.
Sure thing. How can I help?
One of today's parcels has been lost. Can you find it for me?
Why the square face?
If you return it.
Okay.
His head is literally a cube. Also, it's the number 69 was next to him, and I didn't even plan that. I thought this was supposed to be a kid's game. Why are the... They snuck the number 69 into the post office. What a shitload of fuck.
You upgrade the steering wheel by making it rounder.
Oh, right. Yeah, previously the steering wheel was actually made out of that guy's head, meaning it was like completely square. That makes sense. Minecraft. I think this game is better than Minecraft. I think it's pretty good so far. Okay. Really? I know we've gone back and forth, or I've gone back and forth about is the outline intentional. I feel like we're just pushing the boundaries of taste at this point. I don't know about. I don't know if that's really advisable to make it your outline that dark and that thick. Thank you for the donation. It's a messageless donation, so I don't know who made it. My bad. But thank you so much. I really appreciate that. She is creepy. She is. The bag literally says back. Did it? I missed that. Yeah, the fucking loading screens. There are more loading screens than fucking Sonic 06.
Hey, do you want to hear a knock-knock joke?
Great! A knock-knock joke.